Boom. Hey, everybody. Sorry, we were having a good time chatting and fiddling with stuff and making plans and things. So sorry for making you wait. And thanks everyone for resubbing and subbing and gifting and, boons and banes. And actually, don't do banes this time because I'm playing. And I can turn it off. So there's that. Yeah, so thanks and for the bits and all the good stuff. Good to see everyone here early for me on a Sunday morning. I know it's almost noon, but for me, it's early. We are here to play issue 3 of our Teen Justice Academy Masks a New Generation teenage superhero drama game. And Misha is going to kick us off because she is running this one.
Hello, it's me, Misha Less Than 3, your friendly neighborhood narrator, here to take this gang on a field trip. You can find me on Twitter at Misha Weha. So let's continue to go around with, I think this is the correct way, with SJ. Just tell us about yourself and tell us a bit about your character.
So I am SJ underscore sidekick. I'm SJ underscore sidekick everywhere. Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, all that. Don't stream, but I play a lot of games here. I will be playing Impasse, who has the ability to mimic other people's superpowers, putting them at a quote-unquote impasse. And she is a sidekick to a superhero named Impact, who does not, or formerly we believe did not have superpowers. Turns out he does and just has not used them in quite a long time. Zodi.
Hi, everybody. I'm the original Zodi. I play Paradigm. I don't stream anymore. I gave that up. You can, however, find me on Twitter at the original Zodi, or you can find me here. You can find me sometimes in Juice's channel, but right now, Final Fantasy has my heart, and that is where I have been living for the last 2.5 months. Yeah, I play Paradigm. She's from the future. Stuff happened. Things got real in the last chapter. And we don't know how her powers are going to behave because of all of that nonsense. So I'm going to throw it over to Rachie.
Hello, my name is Rachie H, and I haven't streamed in a while. And hopefully will again sometime in the future. I am playing Resonance, whose character is a star, and she is a celebrity from the same kind of vein as Miley Cyrus, so like Disney Channel kind of, not Disney, obviously. Don't say that.
Adult Disney.
Yeah. And can control sound and electricity, and is known as Lala, Resonance, or Isla. And yeah, that's about it. Does a lot of social media. Tough.
Hi, I am 90 Tough Love, or Tough, or Torf, or Torfleton. I am alive. I am a variety streamer on Twitch. I play lots of different games. Sometimes I run games similar to this. We're currently on a Masks hiatus for my campaign, but we will be running another Masks campaign over on my channel, DM'd by No Hat Hatter, on Wednesday. So I will be playing in yet another one, because I got everyone addicted. You're welcome. I am playing Spectre, who is the Scion, aka a kid of a villain, ? Potential redemption path established last time for Spectre's mother, so she's at a bit of a weird crossroads and definitely doesn't have a superhero for dad, and it's definitely not Impact. Michael.
Yeah, I am Zero or Zero Daylight. I literally had to look at the screen to remember my own name, which is awesome. You can usually catch me here a couple times a week, running and occasionally playing when I can trick people into running for me. And on most Sundays, maybe not this Sunday, but on most Sundays over at the Juices TV program and Lissa T channel. And on Wednesday nights over at the Duckwork channel, or every couple of weeks over at My Fair Kelly channel, or random places online. I am playing Ash. Who, for those of you who are with us for issue number 2, might have had a chance to meet him very briefly he is like Tilly in that he is a product of Lytech Industries. It's just that he's the most updated version. You know, none of that messy alien pieces of like physical technology. He is a autonomous superhero hologram. Please state the nature of the superhero emergency. So he is very interested in human foibles. So we'll probably do a little bit to study them. And I'm sure is very confident that he's a great counselor and good at giving people advice.
So while we're talking about Ash, since he's a new character, let's go into your character sheet quick, walking through the bits. I forget exactly what you're supposed to ask, but you can go through the appearance, the abilities, and then the questions that you are answering.
Yeah. So let me actually pull that up. So he is a very symmetrical, generic looking, appropriately handsome and lantern jawed. But like his hair doesn't blow in the wind unless he makes it blow in the wind because he's not technically impacted by his environment. His eyes tend to glow. He is either...
Is Zero's mic gone weird for anyone? Or is it just me?
It's good for me.
It's good for me.
Okay.
Oh, you've all gone like thingy for me. I don't know what to do, but you all sound like...
Try to leave the
Do I
Discord and
Yeah.
pull
Yeah,
it
do
back
I
in.
sound okay for you?
Yeah.
Yes.
You sound fine.
Okay. And then I'll keep an eye on somebody yell at me when I need to drag it back in. Oh, there we go. All right. So, So he is, aside from being slightly uncanny looking, eyes occasionally glowing, always immaculately dressed or in a prototype uniform when he is not being incognito. His powers are very much like Tilly's solid light projection and super durability and strength, although what he does with solid light projection is a little bit different. In particular, he is much more blasty and has abilities to throw up shields and to blast things and to just be so awesome that everyone around him is awed by his tremendous display of might. So that's cool. And he can create a variety of very detailed constructs, kind of one step beyond, like baskets and rough shapes, but think very fine-tuned, occasionally even like a fake person that can walk around if he pays attention to them. Let's see. His beliefs as a newborn are that he is the future of cutting edge technology and a superhero should protect the weak. Who he defines as weak is, we'll see. He thinks that Resonance is an exemplary human that can show him around and tell him how things work because she is so interconnected with other humans. And the behavior paradigm confuses me again and again. And I am determined to understand humanity better by studying them in a way that's not creepy at all, I'm sure. Everyone has influence over me.
What?
Yeah, listen. Tilder also is confused by the behavior paradigm. I'll just say I've never brought it up, but
it's teenage.
I'm
girl
confused
from
about the
Russia.
behavior paradigm.
That's just a given.
Yeah, it's fair.
There's a new link for
Okay,
camera.
I'll grab it in a sec. He is a prototype of Lytech Industries. He is a holographic light projection. Who outside of his team is his caretaker? Caretaker is one of the Dr. Max Helgfists. He is fascinated by complex and irrational relationships that humans have. And he cares about the team because he was loaned to them. And they represent a good way for him to observe humans firsthand. Typical humans, not scientists. So, that is him.
all right. So I'm just going to give everyone a minute because I think we have some technical issues. Let's see. That new link. Rachel's probably restarting is my guess.
It wouldn't be a Teen Justice Academy episode if there wasn't technical issues. That's a par for the course for us.
Exactly.
There's something. It's all right.
So once Zodi's links in,
Yep, there we go.
I think we'll go.
Am I back? Am I lagging?
Yeah, it's still lagging.
Yeah, you're still.
Yeah, it's still lagging. I have no idea why it's lagging so terribly.
That's okay. We'll just watch your expression 5 seconds behind.
Yeah, I'll hold my expressions just a little longer to make
That
it
works.
Perfect. Well, I think we can start, and we'll get Rachie in once she's back. I wrote things down so I wouldn't forget. So we're going to start. We have an establishing panel shot of the impound, which is the unassuming looking warehouse that has been converted to the team superhero base. It's actually the Sunday before school begins after break. And even more unexpectedly, the entire team is present, including Ash, who has been staying at the impound the last few weeks as well. And everyone, you see a shot of everyone training inside of the walled training yard. Ash and Tilda are standing next to each other doing some sort of weird hard light Jenga puzzle thing as far as the rest of you can tell. Paradigm and Spectre are facing off on the other side of the yard, and Impasse and Resonance are practicing some sonic blasts. But training isn't the only thing on your minds. It's the last day of break, after all. And while your team hasn't been doing any major feats of heroism, as per Aegis's instructions regarding the last incident you're all involved in, and you all haven't been resting on your laurels either. So, is your training? What have you been thinking about? What have you been doing the last few weeks? Let's go and do some flashback scenes here. So, Paradigm, Spectre, what's been up?
Well,
A lot has been up.
Yeah, we've been, I'm gonna be completely honest. Spectre's not gonna call it what it is because Spectre doesn't know if Spectre wants to call it what it is. But Paradigm and Spectre have been dating. So they are exploring that fun time of teenage relationships while also being superheroes. And there's definitely not been a lot of talk about our previous traumas, and Val didn't go and chop her hair off and dye it blue. So no identity crises whatsoever. Everything's fine.
All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, you guys, if you are in the Discord, you can read some of the little pieces that Tuff and I have put together regarding the relationship developing. We kind of stagnated there for a little bit, taking a break from the characters themselves, but I have a feeling that within the next couple of days there will be the actual first date story that will happen. If you stop that face.
In the background of all of the flashback scenes of Spectre and Paradigm going on dates, there's Impasse sitting in a bush with a pair of binoculars just watching.
Yes.
Impasse is not gonna like finding out about this.
No.
So the two of you are like training, and you're thinking like, oh, we're doing a good job looking like this is not
like
flirting at the same
flirting.
time.
Yeah.
But actually,
pulling punches and everything.
Yeah, I accidentally knocked Paradigm down. I was like, oh god, I'm so sorry.
Do that thing, that cliche thing where they're like grappling and one ends up on top of the other. And
yeah, and then there's that long pause,
eye contact. Yeah.
bright red face, and then push off like, oh yeah, no, everything's fine, we're cool.
Yep, it's all very, very, very PG-13 high school style, don't want mom to find out relationship sort of thing.
Oh no, Spectre told her mom.
oh, that's interesting. Hey, let's dive into that. Let's dive into that sector. So when did you tell your mom?
The day that we were planning our first date. I wanted to go shopping for new outfits, and who better to ask than Fashion Suave Fancy Mama.
All right, so you're giving her a phone call?
Or
did you just stop on by?
I think I texted and asked her to meet me at the mall to go shopping.
Cool. So you send her a text, and then you get a series of emojis back, like heart, a bag, a $, and then for some reason 3 peaches. You're not too sure if she knows what that means or not,
She
but
does.
oh yeah, she does.
Oh,
For
yeah.
sure.
For
Yeah.
sure. So you end up going to the mall, and there she is, looking, as fabulous as usual. You see there's another young gentleman loitering a little farther away.
God, no, Mom!
She gave a little wave to him and says, "Oh, we're just going to have some girl time. You can head off now. I'll see you in a few hours."
You didn't even show up to the mall without bringing them? Mom, please.
Oh, he needs to keep himself busy too. If we're all going to have new outfits, he has to surprise me, Wink. Oh, Dina, hold on. My cat's being.
Aww.
There she goes. Just wants to bite my arm. Oh, so what's the occasion? It's not often we have a little mother-daughter bonding shopping trip.
Yeah, well, I guess with things kind of calming down and stuff happening, I got asked out on a date tonight.
A date? Who's the lucky person?
Ren, Paradigm, the one that psychically blew us all up.
Yes, I do remember. That's so sweet. Oh, we're going to get you dolled up. Have you dyed your hair yet?
No. I dye my hair on this trip.
Okay.
That's the other thing that I'm going to ask her to do, is to book me in to get it.
We have to get you a new look. What are you going for? She brings up her phone and starts like paging through I don't know. She already has a Pinterest inspiration board for like exactly this occasion.
She's been building this for years.
For years. She's been, she archived the ones where she was designing your villain outfit. Like there's the Val villain is hide that one. Now we got Val, fashion, dating, etc. Latest teenage crazes, and she's like, "Okay, what do you want? What are you going for here?"
Okay, look, nothing flashy. It's just casual. We're not
Nothing. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
They always
It's
say
not like
big.
prom.
You can
no.
large.
That's not me.
No large jewelry. No crowns.
No.
Okay, that's fine. Gloves? We want gloves. Is this a thing? No. Okay.
Half the Pinterest board is illegal weapons.
Yeah.
Well, you have to look stylish, right? Like we have these.
Well, you're prepared and ready to murder, just in case.
Yeah, exactly.
Electro nunchucks, poison blow darts.
No, it's fine.
They can all easily be concealed in rather sexy locations, I must say.
No! I made a mistake.
Oh, no, dear. It'll be fun.
So you just text Brent and say, "Can we reschedule?"
It's over.
Like, I might... just heads up, if I accidentally electrocute myself with the electro nunchucks, just take a video, post it online, make it go viral.
So we do a montage of you shopping. It definitely ends up with like, you're like, oh, we can just go to like the Great Clips or whatever over there, and she's like, no, and like causes a scene by shoving in line at a fancy hairdresser, pull some strings, you get in. It's a very good haircut.
Yes.
Pro done. Did Ren, did you do anything in particular to prepare for a first date?
She woke up. That's about as far as she got. She was messing with the robotic assistant that I magically created, who's named Iris, which, funnily enough, is Siri backwards. Yeah, that wasn't actually intentional when I was working with it. But it's kind of just like, you know, she goes, you know, tells Iris, "Can you set up this time at this place?" And Iris just goes, you know, "Congratulations, would you like to add a heart emoji?" And, you know, basically she spontaneously combusts on the spot, and there's a hole where Ren used to be. Yes. Okay, thank you for sharing that with everybody. But other than that, I mean, she hasn't really done anything. She's looking through her closet, trying to figure out what place to go to, decided on a pizza place that seemed like a safe option. And one of the things that did come up is she said, you know, "Tell me the most expensive places," not realizing that Spectre is getting all of these notifications of what she's looking at.
And Spectre's looking at it going, "Why did you look for the least expensive ones? Dude, I've got like $4 million just hanging out in the impound."
Not using that.
Did we
What else are we gonna
save
do with it? Yeah.
or did we return it, or what did
What am I
everyone
gonna
decide
get
to
to
do
the
with the
cops so
money?
that they could use it? I'm keeping it. Like,
Gonna be using
it's
it for
already
days.
said and done.
Oh.
Look, it's like $50 for a date. We can donate the rest to charity.
Yeah, you just keep telling yourself that every time you
Yeah.
spend another $50. It's just $50 again. We'll donate the rest for sure this time.
Yeah, this time. Look, sometimes Spectre takes after her mother.
But yeah, for the most part, she hasn't really done anything. She's literally going into this with the phrase, "I'm just gonna wing it and see what happens."
All right. So they show the two different preparations, and then there's a cute little panel of them meeting up for the date, being cute, awkward, and it just slowly fades into your memory as we cut back to you definitely training on the training field and not low-key flirting. So the rest of you who are now training, thinking back on the last few weeks, let's see. Resonance, what have you been up to the last few weeks before school started?
Working. Lots.
All right, yes, working. How's that relationship with Home Run going? The PR
Yeah, well,
relationship.
That's actually been the main source of the work. So that's actually what I've been having to do, lots and lots of appearances and, you know, interviews and openings and all this kind of jazz with him. So it's been quite tiresome, in all honesty, because obviously it's not a real relationship. The public don't know that, but and I'm starting to get a feeling that he's not actually, well, I've never fully liked him. I've always thought there's something about him, and he seems, the more and more I'm around him, the more misogynistic and a bit fake he feels to me.
All right, so
It's been a hard few weeks.
Let's jump in like a week or so. You're thinking back on this as you are currently training with Impasse, doing Sonic Blast things or what have you. But you're thinking back to an incident about a week ago or so when you and Home Run were at an opening for a new minor league team here in Halcyon. It seemed on brand for him to be there. So you finished all the, you know, waving and stuff. And then you go up to the private suite. It's not really a suite. It's a minor league stadium, but it's pretty nice. So you're all just hanging up in like the VIP area, and, you know, the public eye isn't really on you at the moment. You're sitting next to each other, and he's just there, sitting there scrolling on his phone, not really saying anything. What do you do?
I mean, he's sitting there scrolling on his phone, and we're just in this suite upstairs.
Yeah.
I'm probably just minding my own. Probably looking out of the window at the baseball field. Because I rarely get time to myself, and I actually appreciate quiet. Like a lot of people in the performance eye, people think that people who are in performance are extroverts, but a lot of people who are performers are actually introvert extroverts. So yeah, I do appreciate like quiet, and I appreciate like reading, and I appreciate being by myself. So I think I'm probably just in my own headspace, looking out the window, appreciating where I am.
You hear him laughing at something on his phone, then he goes like, hey Lala, can you grab a soda or something for me? That'd be great, thanks. Scroll.
I literally ignore him and just look out the window. Okay.
Hey Lala, did you hear me? I didn't think your superpower was ignoring people.
And I just turn and say, I heard you, but you can get it yourself.
He rolls his eyes very dramatically, but does go up and get a drink, and you can definitely hear him say something like, there's some other people in the room, and he's just like, doing the like, can you believe this woman, am I right?
Yeah. I just, because of all my media training and stuff like that, I choose to just keep quiet.
So that was pretty much the incident. You hadn't seen him act particularly like this before. There may have been hints of this in previous interactions, but I guess he somehow became comfortable enough with your presence to assume that you would do things like this.
Yeah, what I think I've experienced
that.
far in the past from him is more things like, when you have to pose for a picture or something with someone, and there can be times when people have that certain type of opinion of women, will hold a woman in a particular way, or move a woman, or place their hand on a particular place to kind of assert their authority or show that they're the one. That's what I've noticed happening more frequently, and that he's getting a little bit too comfortable with me.
Yeah. So you've been thinking about that particular incident and wondering just how long this fake relationship is going to keep going. So you are sparring with Impasse. Impasse, how have you been the last couple weeks?
Yeah, so everybody else is dating, so I've just been hitting on Ash. I'm just kidding. I've probably
this is
been
horrible.
Yeah. I've been focused on training and trying to master that. I'm still having trouble mimicking Tilder and Ash's powers. Like organic people, I got it. I can't really do multiple at a time yet, so between trying to do that and then trying to perfect mimicking like Tilder and Ash, that's been my focus the past few weeks.
All right. Let's
I got my butt kicked a little bit. Almost died.
Let's flash back to a slightly different training session, maybe also about a week ago. Both Tilder and Ash are there to one you are copying the power of, and the other one is studying. You've been going back and forth. And Tilder's like, no, just like this, and just creates a sphere of hard light and like gestures at you with it. You just visualize it, and then it appears.
Are you visualizing it though?
Well, I mean, it's a simple mathematical equation to calculate what a sphere is. So if you just apply the numbers, that makes sense, right? You know math, right?
I do know math.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna have to calculate like the volume of a sphere for this. Oh my god! All right, I'm gonna have to pay attention more in math.
Yeah, so just try it. It's fine if it's not a sphere.
We're gonna try it.
Okay.
We try different angles of like thinking of it more, less just visualizing or abstractly, but thinking more, trying to mimic how Tilder thinks, or at least somewhat closer.
Go ahead and roll to unleash your powers. Me suddenly remembering that we can roll dice in this game.
That didn't work.
What'd you get?
I got a 3.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Go ahead and mark potential.
Yeah, at least it was a situation where I'll take that.
Well, I'd say what happens here is that, or you're like, okay, I'm going to imagine the math. I'm going to make a sphere, and it starts, but like a little bit of hard light starts drawing out like a circle shape. You know, like how 3D printers kind of go around. And it starts, so it's like very slow, and we're like, all right, good. And then it just starts like spinning faster and faster, and starts making like tons of little bits of hard light that start like sparking out everywhere. But luckily Ash and Tilda are there to like contain the hard light mess that's happening, and just sort of like a well, that wasn't quite right. What do you think, Ash?
Ash is simultaneously paying attention, but he's got a series of little holograms in his hands. So with one eye, he's checking and running the math and kind of shaking his head, and the other one, he's got a little specter, a little paradigm, who are like being all cutesy or whatever, and then pretending to not be cutesy. And then he has a resonance and a home run who are pretending to be cutesy, but in reality, resonance is like blasting home run with her powers until he turns into a little pile of ash. Sorry, I was running my relationship simulation subroutines. No, this is a complete failure.
Just the hard light of that like equation meme.
Yeah, right.
In front of my face.
Yeah, so
I suspect that the complexity of manipulating hard light is something that the organic brain is not suited to do.
It does seem likely.
Yes.
Maybe there's a trick.
Well, I mean, if you can run the containment equations in your head in less than a picosecond, then yes, that is the trick.
Maybe you could make me a study sheet.
Yes, easily enough. I'm transmitting it to your printer now, and you hear the back. You're going to need more paper.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Maybe order some more paper.
Yes.
So that seems neat. So any rate, Ash, you've been here for a couple weeks. And it's probably under Dr. Hellquist's direction. Unless you had something else in mind, I thought we'd have a quick scene with him and Ash.
Sure. So
you were summoned to Dr. Hellquist's office shortly after the incident of issue 2's fear incident. He's sitting there. It's immaculately clean office. He is busily typing away at some sort of interface, and sees you approach and says, please come in, Ash.
Yes, Doctor. What can I help you with today?
You did excellent work on the incident we loaned you out for. I knew that Dr. Culfer's project had some flaws in general, and I'm hoping to avoid that with our more recent research. He's continuing to type on his work the whole time. He says, with that in mind, I wish for you to stay with the team you were assigned to for the next month or so. Dr. Culfer has gotten into some trouble with the Aegis, so their team might need some additional support with their Tilder unit who will be unavailable. So if you can fill in, get some data on superhero teams and their dynamics, making sure you're ready for prime time in the near future.
Well, the previous adventure only required 0.005% of my potential, so I suspect that, yes, I will be able to demonstrate my utility most effectively. Also, I believe I have a first run approximation of the nature of Paradigm's powers. I do believe that she may originate from an alternate timeline. I know that I know that that is a particular area of interest to you.
Yes, if you could please send me those files.
Done.
I would appreciate that. Perfect, thank you. Pulls up another holographic screen to read that one at the same time. Ashley, do you have any other questions for him, or just...
No.
All right, perfect. So, cut back to the training ground. I think I've covered everybody. Shortly at the end of time, everyone heads back inside for the last dinner before going back to school. You know, thought to make it a little team meal. Tilder has her little holograph, or what is it, the light up cup and plate and stuff like that. Has made dinner. I don't know if Ash actually wants to participate in, like, sitting at the table or not.
Oh, certainly.
Okay.
He will just translate the ordinary matter on his plate into a photorealistic hologram, and then will very realistically eat it.
You can see Tilder giving him incredible side eye for all of this. At any rate,
you had to have a plate. They gave you like a special plate and cup to do that.
I know, exactly. But she can't do it with her own powers. It's too complicated. Let's see. At some point, the conversation goes around, and Tilder, pretending to be done eating, is like, well, it's too bad I'm going to miss the first few weeks of school. I have some business to attend to with Dr. Collifer, so I'm going to be gone.
For the first few weeks?
Yeah. Yeah.
I miss you, Tilly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely I'll call you guys.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like you really need the school, but
I mean, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's a good learning experience.
Yeah, learning. That's what we do at school.
Well, yeah, I mean more like
going out and fighting bad guys.
Acclimation to human life.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I guess. But you should be placing pretty high in the next mathematics course, and that will be helpful, I think, right?
Yeah, that's hopefully super helpful.
Study for that.
Yes, well, according to Dr. Helkvist, mathematical aptitude is directly correlated with social success.
It is?
Dr. Hellfist?
Helkvist.
Helkfist, yeah.
Yeah. So, if anyone wants, they can try to get more out of Tilder by piercing the mask.
Yeah, I mean,
Good.
Impasse is pretty curious about what's going on.
Yeah, I think Spectre would be coming from a place of concern rather than like sus, because Spectre is fond of Tilly.
I think Impasse is less sus of Tilder. Sorry, is less sus of Tilder than the organization. Yes, private organizations are always, a little sketchy. And she also, healed like an alien thing that we fought earlier. That was a little strange.
It does look different.
Nobody told me about that, so that was it's
Imagine not telling Impasse about things.
Everyone's
Weird.
completely
Like a
honest about it.
Imagine.
So yeah, I'll try it. Okay. As long as I don't have negative whatever.
Mundane.
Okay, I have 0, so I'm good. I have a 10.
Perfect. You can ask 3 of the questions,
Oh, that's a lot.
which is, what are you really planning? What do you want me to do? What do you intend to do? How could I get your character to blank? How could I gain influence over you?
How could I get your character to...
But you can adjust.
Yeah, I don't
things
think
for
I
the
can get her to
situation.
blank. I don't think it's... I don't think they blank physically. Probably, what are you really planning and what do you intend to do are the 2 big first ones.
So you start prying a little more, and Tilder is a little dodgy at first, and then finally she'll open up. And as you're asking, there's these little green triangles on her cheeks now, and they start to glow a little bit as the questions continue, as if she's sort of blushing about the whole situation. It's very cute. At any rate, she will eventually say, "Okay, so
is this about the change? Like,
it's kind of. It's so Aegis didn't know that I was made with swarm technology, and they kind of care a lot about that. So the doctor and I are going in to answer some questions. I'm sure it's going to be fine. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. Anyway, I probably should sorry, what else were you asking about?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind, whatever questions you answer for them. Just because, we're curious and we want to understand you more.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably fine. So remember that swarm technology we found when we went to the moon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so apparently a lot of my algorithm was based on technology they found from that original.
Yes, the one that crashed in Kansas.
Yeah, that's the very one. So it's fine. I don't want to murder anybody. So that's good.
Specific.
And it just needs to know that I also don't want to murder anybody.
I suspect they're more concerned that you wish to assimilate people and continue the swarm's desire to take over the entire Earth and guide its destiny towards a servitor race.
Humans like hearing things in small terms, so I was using the term murder to substitute for all of that.
Ah, I see.
Ash isn't based on
of course
alien
not.
technology, right? Okay. Just
cool.
Not that it's a bad thing, Tilder.
No,
I'm sure there's
we love those
pros and cons.
Dr. Hellquist is a different researcher in a different division, so they're making a bunch of robots to replace the Tilder line or something. I don't know.
Probably because, they're not going to match up to you, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The little glowing lights glow some more.
Like, click!
Rez, send me that picture.
So let's see. So dinner ends, everyone goes to bed or they're charging odds, and it's the next day, the first day of school. You all enter your homeroom. Here you see a familiar face. Let me just see if we have a name. No, it's fine. He's in his costume. It's Silver Shade, who's there to greet you in the classroom. He's like waving hi to everybody as they're entering, and he sees you in particular, Spectre, and does like a double take.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I didn't realize you would be in my classroom.
Oh, you're a teacher now.
Sure am.
Oh no.
They invited me in this semester to fill in. I think I'm just the homeroom teacher here. I'm teaching them some courses on.
Don't worry, you won't see too much of me. It's fine.
Not because you're skipping classes, is it? Eh?
No. I just sit in the very, very back. And
actually, I have assigned seating time. Well, not yet. But usually you roll dice, and
you know my mom and stuff. She's very particular about where I sit, so I always have to sit in the back. I'd hate to get her involved. We had this problem last year. It was not fun.
She is.
Bren's totally gonna chime in and say, "I sit with her."
Oh, she's particular about that too. Huh?
Yeah, because I didn't really go to school for a long time, so she wants to make sure I'm near my friends so that I feel socially accepted. So having at least one person that's in my team sitting next to me is also kind of a requirement. So it's not really a big deal. Like we can just
roll to provoke someone to make him do what you want.
Oh no! All right. Nope. That's a 3.
That's a 3. All right, Go ahead and mark potential. He's all like, he purses his lips as he thinks about what you're saying, because it is rather convincing about your mom. And he says, well, we'll see about that. Go ahead and sit where you want for today. We'll see how it is up for the rest of the semester. Or try
to sit wherever, Mr. Shade. Just I would prefer to have a view of the door.
Yeah, go ahead. You can call me Silver Shade. I think that's fine. You want to be in costume for this? I don't really know. It's a little weird. So as you all...
I just walk past Spectre and Paradigm and just go, who are you two? Because I've never seen them be so standy up to a teacher before. So I'm like...
Impasse is teacher's pet.
Spectre is constantly sloughing. Spectre is never at school. She's constantly missing from class. She just doesn't go. She goes day 1 and then stops.
She's there because Bren's there now.
And Ren has to be there. Spectre has 0 parental guidance right now. Spectre's doing whatever Spectre wants.
And I would say it is pretty typical.
We had a lovely trip to the library, so
yeah.
That you might have thought, hey, school's okay, because we had a really
now I'm just gonna go hang out in the cool Gothic library and read about ghosts and stuff.
Freaking cool. So.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's definitely not unexpected that a bunch of teen superheroes will sometimes not be in class.
Yeah.
But you're probably gone a little more. At any rate, so as everyone filters in and sits down, he begins with the your first day of school spiel, which is a little different this year. I got exciting news for everyone. Parasol is delighted to announce the school is participating in a new superhero shadowing program. I know quite a few of you already have experience on your teams, and he gives Spectre et al. A look. Because you've been
shadowing superheroes.
Yeah. Superheroes.
Exactly. Looks at you, since you've been in the news a few times. All right. But not everyone has access to the plethora of working adult supers across Halcyon and beyond. And to time this event, the school has scheduled it for Public Service Celebration Day, which is this Friday. Anyway, take these permission slips, starts passing down forms each desk row. And these team sign-up forms, passes those down, and return them to me by tomorrow. So every team is going to get a random assigned team to go to for your work study on this Friday. We got some teams. It should be pretty exciting. We got a team that's working on the dark side of the moon, see base, quite a few other options. So hopefully you get a good one. Any questions?
Can my mom just like accept this on, the parental control thing that the Parasol Academy has? Because like, can't they just click a button for this? I don't really see my mum.
Listen, they gave me paper forms, but I'm pretty sure you can have it go through the system just fine.
Cool.
I'm sure they haven't given me access to the teacher portal yet, so.
Oh. So do you want both?
Do
you want both? Do you want the paper?
One or the other is fine. I'm sure it'll work out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send an email to my parental unit, and they'll make sure that everything is filed correctly.
Yep, definitely giving this to my parent, for sure. Not forging a signature and turning it in.
My guardian, I know, will sign it. I think this is a good idea and a long time coming. Every young superhero should be shadowing and have a mentor, in my opinion.
All right. Everyone
Also,
excited
is
to go?
Rachie quiet for anybody? Because I have her cranked up to 200%, and it still sounds like she's whispering.
She's a bit quiet for me, but that's fine.
I move the mic closer.
So any other exciting comments about how excited you are to go on a field trip to somewhere cool?
Ash is with us, right? Like we
Of course.
had him come. Okay. Sure.
Whoa.
I've already submitted this is within the parameters of my self-determination subroutine. Therefore, I've already communicated with the school's mainframe.
Nobody likes to show off Ash.
They do, in
I
fact.
do.
Ren doesn't like a show off.
Ren does not like a show
Speak
off.
for yourself.
Yes. Fascinating. If you would like, Miss Harper, we can certainly take care of the necessary permissions. Given that your parents are, well, unusually situated.
Yeah, if you want to take care of that for me, that would be great. That would save me, time and having to make contacts and appointments and all of that other nonsense that I don't care to do.
Easy enough. Done. I mean, it's a warrant to observe her, but it's the same thing.
My mom's already done it.
Excellent.
All right. You'll sit through then the first day of school where everyone goes from class to class and everyone hands out syllabuses and all that. Thinking to Friday, a day of excitement. Perhaps you'll go somewhere fun. Cut to Friday. Your team in civilian clothes stands in front of Halcyon City Hall. A large banner is stretched over the entrance that says, "Welcome, students." Clusters of school buses from mundane high schools line the street for whatever public service celebration happens at City Hall. And a large number of other high school students are milling towards the entrance. Everyone, I presume, looks a little disappointed. You were told to arrive.
I don't look a little disappointed. It's etched on her face. Like she is so done with this.
Got the gentle hand pats on the back. Like, I know, me too, bud, me too.
She's sitting here going, you could have at least taken us to the zoo. No, you brought us to a government place. How? And she's just gonna check out. Not interested.
You were indeed instructed to arrive civilian outfits, but be ready to change, as to not attract too much attention to yourselves. You were given the debrief probably late Thursday evening as to where you were going. It is known that there are a small team of superheroes works at City Hall to protect it from the myriad of disasters that happen in Halcyon.
So glorified security guards.
Yep.
Great.
Yep. Speaking of, one of them, a middle-aged woman, walks up to your group and says, "Oh, Lala, there you are." Waves. Lala, you recognize this as Home Run's mom, who the superhero Apple Pie. Because nothing's as American as baseball and apple pie, right?
Of course.
Yep. She's in her civilian attire.
Like a really rubbish suit. Like I really want her superpower to just be that she makes really delicious pies. Like,
okay, actually, you're not wrong. You do know what her powers are, and it is the ability to create like any food substance. Like so she can make. She's known obviously for making good apple pies, but it also comes with some benefits of creating, say, foods that are unpleasant or perhaps poisonous or other things like that. But really, she's cut back on that kind of thing. It's definitely just good apple pie food. Really handy if you need to host a banquet ASAP.
yes. Okay.
She's in her civilian
a food kitchen.
I mean, there's probably limits to this on how much food you can create in a day.
Yeah.
She's in her civilian attire, which is, I think, probably a hot pink pantsuit. She.
Oh God, she's Regina George's mom.
So she comes up to you, Lala, and like gives you a little kiss on either cheek because she's like that. And she's, "Oh, how are you, Lala? I'm so, how you been?"
I'm like, "Hi, Mrs. Campbell."
Yes, you know her name is let's see, where did I put that on the list? Charity Campbell. She says, "Oh, I'm so glad you can make it. I had to pull a lot of strings to get your team to come here, but I'm so happy that you were able to come and we see you here."
Oh,
Everyone on the team can hear that, right?
Yes, everyone on the team.
Guys.
Okay. Okay, you know that little piece of the comic strip where Paradigm is giving the side eye of doom? That's essentially what's happening. She is just side-eyeing the hell out of Resonance right now, going, "Your relationship is ruining everything wholesome and good in this world."
Yeah, those damn relationships.
Yeah, terrible things.
and I'm like, "You did this?"
Well, it doesnn't take much to mention
Went
the
to
thing.
the zoo, you guys.
Well, no, there's no one at the zoo.
Don't be rude.
Anyway, here's my partner here, Nick. She introduces a guy who has trailed behind. He's wearing a kind of regular, a little outdated brown suit. You recognize him as the superhero Computnik, another Silver Age superhero known for working with technology, and he just kind of gives you a wave. Doesn't seem to be much of a talker here. So Apple Pie continues, and she says, "Oh, well, here, we have a big day planned for you all. We're going to take you to greet the mayor, and then we'll hop in on one of the tours. You can see we have a lot of students here for the big public service day, so it might be a little busy as we go around. But that's all right. I'm sure you're going to have a great time." And
I'd love to meet the mayor again.
Yeah,
Like I'm specifically saying again because we've met him when we saved the city the first time. Just to.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's always good to know, who's here and working and so on. Just give a little introduction.
Plus, meeting
for the
him
day.
may also be different. Because we were in costumes, and so we're in civilian clothes. He may treat us differently. Maybe not, but he might.
Maybe. He might not. So you head up to the mayor's office. So, quick question, Ash. You just look like a regular kind of.
Yes, just a little too symmetrical and perfect.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you all head to the mayor's office. It looks like there's lots of other high school students here also going around to what seems to be different stations set up to learn about the government or whatever. You feel a little happy that no one told you had to do worksheets, so you got that going for you. You head up to the mayor's office, where I don't even remember who the mayor is. Do we have a mayor?
Not identified.
Unidentified mayor. So let's give him a name. He is a guy. Mayor, hey, chat, yell out some cool mayor names quick. So you go to the mayor's office, and there you see him behind a desk working on papers, except there's definitely a camera set up for I don't know, publicity shots or something like that. All right, the mayor, Bob Groucho. This is a beautiful name. I love it.
Robert Grouch.
Sounds like a super fun guy.
Yes, Mayor
Yeah,
Chaos is
he's
his
Probably
superhero
very
name.
ironic. Super
Exactly.
happy-go-lucky.
Bob Groucho's sitting there. He's doing the stuff, and he's Charity walk up with, or the two supers here in the regular clothes walking up with your group, and he's all like, welcome to Halcyon City. Are you here for a public service day? Being a mayor isn't always the easiest job, especially not in a city so big and so full of supervillain. And Charity cuts him off from whatever speech that he had canned for high school students and says, "Oh, no. Sir, these are this is the team from Parasol here to work with us." And the mayor stops for a second and goes, "Oh, right. Oh,
Yes.
Wait a minute. Isn't that one Resonance?" he says, pointing at Lala, probably the most recognizable. Because everyone kind of knows that you're both of those, right?
Mhm.
Resonance? Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like, yeah. I'd like to thank you for that a couple times you've saved the city, so you're doing good work for young folk.
Thank you, Mayor.
Well, I'm hoping you're going to have a good day learning from two of the best we got here for handling all the superhero crises around. Obviously, a lot of superheroes will come and help out when the old city hall's in danger. But it's always handy to have a couple people on staff. And do you have any questions for the mayor?
No question, but a comment. Your indoctrination appears to be quite successful of the normal children. You can see many of them actually believe that you hold significant temporal power.
Ash,
We're all like,
Yeah.
he's new, still learning.
Oh, he's new. Okay, yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. We're I don't know exactly what you meant by that, but I'm sure it's fine.
Well, the power centers of the city rest
He just means
primarily in major
Right,
multinational
yeah, he just
corporations
thinks
and a
that the
few
program is
individuals.
really cool.
oh my goodness, oh, it's such a lovely
Yeah, wow. So do we need to like get into costume, or are we just undercover, or
Charity will answer this. She says, "Well, most of the time we don't have a need to really costume, and sometimes it's a little alarming for people to see a bunch of costume superheroes running around. But when any situations arise, which is about bi-weekly, we usually do a quick change and take care of the situation. Or if it's expected to have a show of presence, we do that. But I don't think that should be necessary today, with all the high schoolers around."
Have you ever considered legislation that would require underage superheroes to have a mentor or a team have an assigned mentor in order to operate within the city?
Well, as you know, superhero complicated. There was the law back, 20 years ago, where they tried to do enforcement of teams, and there was definitely a lot of public backlash. But it could be something I could bring up with the legislative office here in the city. I'll just add that to my list, he says, writing something down.
Excellent. You do realize that having hundreds of soft targets whose parents are highly motivated to see to their well-being here in City Hall does make this an attractive target for any nefarious supervillains. I project that there is a better than 30% chance that there will be a supervillain incursion.
Well, that's just like a Tuesday here, am I right?
True.
So, we have it handled. Computnik here, he's great with the computers. He easily can determine if someone's been messing in the system or doing anything. And I'm usually not too concerned. We're not too far from several headquarters in the area of relatively well-known superhero teams.
Yes.
Did you want to test that?
No, we don't need to test it right now.
so then like what do
Scares
we
Ash is here.
do if we're not gonna be like in costume fighting like what are we doing here?
Oh,
We just sit
says Charity.
around?
Well, I was just going to show you what we usually. Plus the added bonus, I think they're doing some more tours around the building, so that'll be fun. It's not every day you get to see inside a government building, right?
I've been on this tour like 3 times.
Oh, it'll be fun. I think they've
Okay,
added a new wing in
Tour.
here.
Definitely broke into City Hall a few times.
Yeah. Ash will project a down to the micrometer holographic overlay of the entire facility. Yes, it will be fascinating. I'm sure we will learn a lot. And he will look for confirmation at his teammates. It's like, was that sarcasm?
Yeah, that was really good.
Excellent.
Oh, that's
I'm
some
just gonna give him a
fancy.
thumbs up, totally approving of the fact that he's using sarcasm correctly.
Ash, is there any way
Seeing
to
that
turn down your statistical analysis, Ash, at all?
Pardon?
Is there any way to turn down your statistical analysis?
No.
Lovely.
Why would you want to?
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's very useful right now. Probably lean into Paradigm real quick, just like whispering, like, we're totally gonna ditch these guys, right? Like, this is boring.
Yep,
Because
absolutely.
For those
First
looking,
chance I get.
yes, for those looking closely at the holographic, semi-translucent city hall, there are two figures that are going. They're sneaking away and hiding under a wheel well, making out, with a percentage sign increasing over their heads.
Speaking of that relationship, how much of the team is aware of Spectre and Paradigm? Like, have you two tried to keep it on the down low?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Ineffectively,
then how many has actually sussed out that they are dating?
100%,
Yeah.
I mean, Ash has got it figured out.
of course.
100%. He knows what's up. He's probably gone through enough, 90s style teen romance dramas and just said, yep, this is literally what is happening in front of me. But anytime they get too close to each other, they're pulling away. They'll steal glances and everything.
Your attempts at
Mostly because they're
subterfuge.
trying.
Your attempts at subterfuge are pathetic.
Yeah, but they're trying, and that's the thing. The person
Yeah.
they're trying to keep from panicking is impasse.
Okay.
Who is very confused at seeing the, like, what?
Some high schoolers is gonna sneak off. That's what they do.
On seeing this,
They go to the bathroom in twos. It's fine.
it's completely normal behavior for teenagers. Upon seeing that graph, Computnik steps up to take a closer look and says, this looks like light tech work. You from there?
Yes, of course.
Oh. You don't happen to know a Dr. Helfus, do you?
Of course I do.
Oh, that's nice. I used to work with him back in the day.
Hmm.
I work on some pretty interesting stuff there.
Yes. And I'm sure you realize you cannot speak publicly about any of it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Wait, what are your powers exactly? Like, how do they work?
I am.
No, I'm talking to
Ash still explains. And then, yes.
To who?
Impasse is thinking, like, I wonder if he can help me figure out a way to conceptualize the hard light stuff better in my mind.
Oh yeah. My powers. And he goes off to explain some stuff about. Let me see. What did I write about him? He's basically some kind of like he's good at visualizing tech and technology things, and is pretty good at doing hacking stuff. And I think he makes a bunch of little computer gadgets for his abilities. So he'll give you the rough overview of that.
And they know who we are, right? Like, they know that.
Yeah. They know who all of you are. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been having some trouble mimicking Tilder and Ash's abilities, and I think it's an issue with how my brain works versus how their quote-unquote brains work. And I'm wondering if you have any ideas of how I could better visualize or think the way they do so that I could mimic their powers.
I might have some thoughts on that. Let's walk and talk. So, because I'm not going to get into the details of that personally.
Yeah.
Well, we could always
He's the best
implant
option because he's,
we could implant a hard light core into your brain.
That might be a little
invasive.
A little rougher than you want. I don't think that's always necessary. Just sort of changing how you think might work. I mean, an implant would make it go a lot faster. I wonder if they can make an external one so you don't have to do any surgery. Think about that. So you all start walking. Charity is leading you, saying, like you say bye to the mayor. He's doing mayor things. Charity's going to say, "Oh, it looks like there's a tour starting. We can go with them, hang out in the back, talk, get a in real life tour of that fancy picture you just made." You join in the back of a tour with a bunch of high school students, them Compunic's definitely much more interested in talking about how one might visualize hardlight technology than he is in whatever the tour is. So he's definitely just chatting with Impasse. As for the rest of you, while you're on this tour guide who is giving a very monotone speech about all the different rooms and the important artwork and all the statues of the heroes and so on and all the places. What are you all up to?
Well, Paradigm, I need to go to the bathroom. Do you
I
need
need
to go to the
coffee.
bathroom?
I have to go to the
Great.
bathroom and I need coffee. Come on, let's go. Toodles!
And just dip out.
All right. The two of them dip.
Impasse is distracted. This is the perfect time.
Ash, what are you up to?
The little simulation clicks up to 100% and goes ding, and Ash smiles to himself
I hate that thing.
with a satisfied look. Dissolves.
But there's totally going to be coffee involved. It's City
Yeah,
Hall.
of course it's
These
us.
people run off of coffee. She's gonna get some nasty, nasty sludge brew.
Yes. Residents, I have to imagine that it is very uncomfortable to be in such close proximity to your paramour's parent, especially given the nature of your current relationship.
How close are we to her?
You can be out of earshot of her easily.
And Ash would have waited until.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank God.
It's fine. I'm used to working with all sorts of people.
Yes. Well, I admire your eclectic human connections.
Thank you. There are definitely, I would describe them as eclectic.
Yes, yes. How do you resist the desire to crush them with your powers?
I guess empathy.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, and just sometimes people aren't worth your time, Like they're not even worth your emotion. I know that sounds really strange, and I get that you don't process emotion, but like being angry over certain things, it's more poisonous to you, it's more toxic to you than it is to that person. You're not going to change that person. That person is who that person is. Sometimes it's like talking to a brick wall. So you being angry at them isn't going to change them. It's just going to make you feel bad. So sometimes you just got to let it go.
Interesting. I've also observed that sometimes emotional conditions can actually fuel positive, constructive action.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
I'm most interested to explore this.
Yes. I mean, yeah, there's lots of ways in which emotions can be good things, because if you're angry, you can go into decisive action.
Yes.
I guess. Sometimes it can make you think clearer, but then on other times it can make you hazy. So it's learning from your mistakes. It's growing. Yeah.
Well, you're very wise.
Thank you. I'm glad someone thinks so.
Ash, do you want to roll a comfort or support on that?
Oh, sure. That's plus mundane, right?
Well, I think, don't you have one of those?
Oh, I might. No. Oh, no, yes. I can roll plus freak.
Yeah, because you did mention
Because I'm a thermodynamic miracle.
You did mention how can you not crush them with powers, which
Yes.
does seem a little.
That is going to be an 8.
All right. Let's see.
So,
It looks like
you mark
yeah.
potential, clear a condition, or shift labels up if you open up to me.
Okay.
That'd be Resonance gets to do that.
Yes.
And I feel like you kind of did, but if you want to add some more thoughts about maybe your relationship, I think that would be the thing where you could mark potential clear condition or shift your labels.
Have I got any of those things?
Well, you can always mark potential because that's just adding towards getting your next power thing.
Okay. So what have you assessed about my quote unquote relationship then? What do you as a tech how do you see it?
Yes, I diagnose Home Run as possessing a high degree of what psychologists call the dark triad of personality traits: narcissism, psychopathy. There's a high potential that he will become, well, villainous.
Interesting.
Yes. And it's almost certainly due to a combination of factors, potentially genetic, but also largely due to the style of parenting he received when he was an infant and young child. Which, of course, makes me rather suspicious that our friend, the baker, may not be all that she seems.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't let her hear you say that. Oh, goodness.
Don't worry.
But at least you're not in danger because you don't eat.
Yes, I've erected a low-power screening field.
Ah, good. Yeah, I mean, and I think that from what I know about her being dangerous, it's more like she could give you, like, diarrhea or, like, she could, make you vomit, or she could poison you, which is the most extreme. But obviously, you don't eat, so I think you're pretty safe. What's she going to do? Put a mound of mashed potato around you or something and
Potentially.
hope you don't get out. I don't know.
No, I'm unconcerned for myself.
Yeah, I mean, Cody. Yeah, there's something not quite right about him, but the good thing for me is obviously it's not all I can cope because it's not real.
SJ, your mic.
Kitty clacks.
It's not real, I certainly wouldn't be with. There is no. You're right in assessing that there's no actual real connection there. He doesn't. He's not my type of person.
Yes, well, I suspect that your popularity.
All about aesthetic.
Yes, I suspect your popularity will only increase when you break up with him and then reveal to the world that you did so as a way of protecting yourself and finding and protecting your own identity.
Oh,
it is a good chance to parlay your current popularity into serving as an example for young women who might enter into, unknowingly, somewhat emotionally abusive relationships.
Well, maybe I'll think that over, and maybe I'll write that to my PR company at some point.
Yes. Or perhaps his personality would improve with some severe electroshock therapy. You could also accomplish that.
Oh, I could, yeah. That's a very interesting take, but...
I can send you the parameters if you'd like.
Yeah, do you know what? Just for kicks, do it.
All right. In your PDA now. Be sure not to exceed the amperage tolerance. Or else,
oh, obviously.
Yes. His neural function might become disorganized, preventing his autonomous nervous system from functioning, resulting in death.
Ah, okay. Well, it's always good to know.
Yes.
Perfect.
Privacy screen down.
I just go, hey, impasse. I've got a document about how to do electroshock therapy.
Oh, good.
Something you could learn. New skill. I'm just laughing.
Yes, powerful and therapeutic.
Yeah. Too bad no one in this group needs therapy.
Well.
No, don't analyze.
That was sarcasm.
Ash, we're good. That was, yeah.
You see Ash pull up a virtual like dictionary and flip to daddy issues and kind of look around, put it away.
I'm like,
Well, he just called out every single one of us.
I don't have daddy issues.
It's true.
Yours is mom.
Everything. I just write a text message that says that was shady and send it to Ash because I know that it will compute.
Yes. Pulls some holographic sunglasses out of his pocket and puts them on and smiles.
Wow.
Oh, good. Go, residents, go ahead and mark potential, clear condition, or shift your label,
Okay.
whichever you'd prefer. So Spectre and Paradigm, you've snuck away.
Yep.
What you up to?
Finding coffee.
Coffee,
All right.
100%. Like it's just, you know, their thing. They will go and they will locate the nearest coffee cart anywhere in the city, wherever they might be.
Well, conveniently, there's
taste
actually
it.
a coffee shop right here inside the building. You definitely saw it on that Ash made. It's
I know
near the
exactly
front
where
hall,
it is.
and it definitely is. There are enough teenagers who were on a field trip who also were like, I think I'll get a coffee rather than do the things I needed to do. But the line doesn't seem that long.
Yeah, they're gonna order, you know, their coffee shop versions of whatever they make at home. At least Ren is. And then she's going to find a table that's not near the windows, but not near the bathrooms.
I like this assessment of where to sit. You were able to locate such tables. I think taking these to go inside the building. So not too many people there as you sit down and wait for your coffee order. What do you do?
This
We're
sucks.
gonna PG-13 hold hands.
Aw, yeah. We being cutesy. And yeah, Spectre's just like, this sucks. Like, we could have gotten a way better assignment.
To the
And this
zoo.
is what we get.
We could
I
have
don't even
gone
care
to
if it
the
was the
zoo.
It could have been basically anywhere else. Like,
But giraffes!
I mean, we can go to the zoo later.
We should
And-
totally go to the zoo later.
Yeah, okay. I'll add that to the docket of list of things that we need to do. Currently, we're at zoo, ice skating, more coffee shop dates, movie theater, another
Can't
dinner
forget the
because the
aquarium.
pizza place wound up suck. Oh yeah, the aquarium. Look, the list is getting too long.
Maybe we should just throw the list away and just go to the beach.
Okay.
Because what could be more awkward than two teenage girls in bathing suits at a beach?
Yeah. Maybe we'll just go to the zoo. I really don't want to see the Pinterest board that my mom has for what swimsuit she's got picked out for me.
I cut to her adding yet another risque, almost lingerie-like swimsuit to her
Oh my
collection.
God, this
The
poor
whole
girl.
thing is just filled up with a stylish two pieces, maybe one of those the ones with like ruffles, and here's a lacy one, and this one's basically just strings. She puts that one in a like
one of
maybe
those
older
ones,
pile.
tape. You know the ones that's just like tape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Horrendous ones.
Yep.
Yeah.
Horrendous.
Yeah.
She's got it categorized by level. Any rate, cut back to your conversation.
Did you see that thing that Ash has with the holograms and the numbers and stuff?
Oh,
Him
God,
babysitting us?
Don't remind me. Look, we're already keeping this on the down low. I mean, obviously, somebody's gonna figure it out.
He's already figured it out. There's no way that he hasn't figured it out. He watches us like a hawk.
I mean, he's like learning. Tilly does it. Tilly showed up at JJ's and just stood in the corner and watched us eat dinner. Do you know how awkward that was? Like, I love Tilly. It was a really weird first impression. But you get used to it. I mean, it's not like we haven't worked with this before. And honestly, Ash is like my least concern of who's finding out.
Yeah.
I didn't care if everybody else found out, but if Impasse finds out,
But
then
if
it's gonna be
Impasse
like a
finds
whole
out, we're
lecture
doomed.
and the whole thing, and they're like, I'm already haven't told Impasse about the whole impact thing, so I'm already keeping way too much, and I just don't want it to explode.
Do you
So
just want to tell her?
May I make a sandwich?
I don't
Alexa,
know.
end call.
I don't
mean
know if it's
Iris?
a good time. Yeah.
No, that was definitely an Echo Dot requirement. My son was dropping in from upstairs, so I had to shut that down.
Look, I don't think that, class trip is a great time to be dropping bombshells, but
Are you sure? Because it would require her to hold herself together.
yeah,
For like several hours to cool down before she verbally berates us at the base.
that just gives her more time to stew, honestly. I'd rather just like get it done and over with, rip the band-aid off, not sit for hours wondering what's gonna happen. Or where she blows up on us in public.
Do you want to tell her tonight then when we get back?
No. I mean, do we really have to talk about it? Like, it hasn't really been an issue. I mean, we can tell her about us, that's fine. But
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Tell her about impact. I mean, that's a do that when you're ready sort of thing. That's not something that I can tell you. Hey, yeah, you should go ahead and tell her this.
Yeah, never. Anyways.
Well, I mean, no,
yeah.
you can't do
Watch me.
never. It'll end up destroying the friendship. It's a big thing. You're going to have to tell her at some point.
What, can we not talk about it right now?
We'll drop the bombshell about you and me being together.
No, you know what? We'll just do it today. We can go back and you know what? I don't care. We'll hold hands. Because I'm sick of secrets. And I've got one that I'm keeping, but I don't want to keep any more than that. So
all right.
Screw it.
All right. Can you both roll comfort and support?
Snake eyes all around.
10.
That's good.
What is
Mundane.
that? Is
Yeah.
plus mundane. Oh shit. Do I have any fixers for that? Because yikes.
There are several boons available to use, I believe. Chat has been kind.
3 majors,
What do you
1
need to
minor.
get first? Already, this is. Oh god, it was a 4. -1 makes it a 3.
Yeah.
We have a major if you want to re-roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll because that is. Come on, die. What are you doing?
I was just going to say on a different level, is getting a potential worth using one of our major major boons?
Yeah, there's probably not much going on. It's just a field trip. You'll be done in no time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Day's almost half done at this point. So
The re-roll was not worth it.
Oh no.
It just wants me to fail this.
I mean, I think that
Because
kind of makes sense. Spectre's feeling great about this.
It's a 3 regardless.
Oof.
all right. So what I'm gonna do? So paradigm mark of potential.
Yep.
Let's see. You're talking about all this, but you're just a little distracted, and it might be because you've been talking for a fairly long period of time, but your coffee still hasn't arrived, and you are really focused on the fact that coffee isn't arrived. So some of Spectre words are just kind of like passing right over you. But conveniently, Spectre, I think I'm just going to count your conversation. I think you all were open in your conversation anyway. So with your 10, Paradigm gets to even more things for Paradigm, I believe is how it works.
Yeah.
So Paradigm, so you get to mark the potential for your failed roll, and also you can now mark potential, clear condition, or shift your labels because of Spectre's words to you. And Spectre, you can add a team to the pool.
Yeah, we're just adding a team to the pool because I don't have the condition. Okay. So
yep.
Go ahead and add another potential.
Yeah. And you probably need. Well, I think a player will have to use the there. There
Just
it goes.
dead.
Perfect.
Just dead.
Perfect. So then, the coffee still not here. You've noticed there's some mumbling going on behind the counter of people working as they're looking around for something up there. What do you
definitely
do?
Gonna go investigate and find out what's taking my coffee so long.
Would you like to assess the situation?
Absolutely,
I would
love to assess the situation.
All right. Go ahead and give me a roll.
I swear to God, if you don't do this correctly, you're going in the freezer. A 7, and what's the
Superior.
add-on for that? Superior. So 8.
All right. You can ask one question. What here can I use to blank? What here is the biggest threat? What here is the greatest danger? Who here is the most vulnerable to me? What probably is the best question is how could we best end this quickly?
How can we best end this quickly?
Which is the lack of coffee. How can you end this quickly?
Yes.
You overhear the staff talking like, well, I don't know where it's. What do you mean you don't know where the insert device definitely used for coffee making here is?
Grinder? Bean?
Grinder. Yeah, that sounds good. What do you mean the grinder's missing? It can't go missing. It's pretty big. Well, it's not the whole grinder, idiot. It's just the little metal bit on the inside. Well, that shouldn't have gone anywhere. You see them peeking around inside the grinder. So you realize the best way to end this quickly is either to find the metal bit of the grinder that's missing, probably the blades, or figure out a different way to grind the coffee. Yeah, a different way to grind the coffee.
Look in the sink.
And they give you a withering look and say, duh. But one of them does look in the sink, and the sink is full of other bits and bobs, but no metal grinder thing.
Did you look in the back sink?
The back sink? Oh, whatever. And they go over there, and one of them saying, well, we were just using it for the last order. It was in there. No one's been wiping it, cleaning it.
In the order?
What?
Did you put it in the coffee?
It swallowed grinder blades.
That's a very sharp latte, you guys.
Oh, God.
the sharpest of lattes. And as you're asking these questions, you both start looking around. And then a glint of metal catches your eye. As you turn and look, you see the small metal coffee grinder disappear into a small hole. What do you do?
I want to just go look in the hole.
I'm gonna look at Spectre and go, did you see that? Like, I'm not seeing things right.
Yeah, Spectre's just walking towards it. Like, obviously I saw it. Look at it.
You look into the hole. You don't see anything there anymore. The hole, it's dark. It's small. A small hole big enough to fit a small blade of a coffee grinder. But
Looks like a mouse stole your coffee grinder bit.
A what? No.
Mouse. Yeah. It
Mice
went down the
can't do
hole.
that.
Mice can do whatever they please. Have you been in this city?
Well, actually, now that you mention it, and we cut to like an incident of like animals rampaging through the city, causing havoc.
Oh my God, that was a terrible day.
Actually,
Yeah. Great. So, no coffee.
You have a
yeah.
backup grinder? Your coffee shop, why wouldn't you have more than one?
Listen, it doesn't need changing that often. And then you all spend some time as they rummage around finding a backup grinder and so on. So in past, you've been talking with Compute Nick on the tour. Just chatting about this and that, and probably looking around at some of the other people here. And if you could just give me a roll to assess the situation quick.
Okay, 8, but let me check. What is that with again?
Superior.
So 10.
10. All right. So I'm going to describe some additional things that you notice and then ask the questions. So you are looking around as you're chatting, and you see there's lots of high school students here. Actually, you did just spot what you think is a disguised Lulu. So that's cool that she's here. I mean, disguised because, you know, the people, the crowds, and so on. What if she's recognized? But there is another face that might be familiar to you, who's mingling around with the high school students. It's a young man, probably around high school age, older high school, if he is about that age. He looks slightly out of place with the rest of the students here, but it does kind of look like he's trying to blend in with the crowds, and he's also doing things like you do, which is like look around, trying to scope out a situation. So now you can go ahead and ask the questions.
These questions?
You can.
So you said I recognize him, right?
You have a power related to the files or something.
Yeah, checking the files.
Yeah, can you do that for me?
Oh, been reading the files. Okay.
Yeah.
Roll plus superior. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8.
All right, and what does that power do?
On a hit, tell the team an important detail you've learned from your studies. The GM will tell you what, if anything, seems different from what you remember. Yeah. 10 plus doesn't apply.
Okay. I was looking
basically something about them I've read about.
1 second. You had been looking through the files at one point, just in a general, like, who's the latest heroes and villains in the city? And you are pretty sure this is a young, up-and-coming, low-key villain, some sort of vigilante guy, has, like, general fitness, is pretty good at using lots of different things as weapons. But you're pretty sure that this would be his civilian look. Like, he doesn't really do much in the disguise front as far as being a villain, but he's pretty new.
Gotcha. And he doesn't go to our school, right?
No, he doesn't go to your school. Because you go to the school for heroes.
Oh, yeah. Let's say what here is the greatest danger or threat, I guess. And basically assessing, like, is he, like, what do I think he might be here for? Like, what's in danger?
You're not too sure why he would be here.
Aside from him being in high school and being on this trip, maybe.
Yeah. He could just be here because he's on this trip. It is a little suspicious that he is here, kind of scoping out the place more. So there could be the fact that he is present here might be signaling there's some danger in this situation, but it doesn't look like anything's actively happening right now. Right.
Do I remember his name or code name?
You know his code name is Swoop.
Okay, I'm going to send a quick message to Ash just so that he can be on alert. And maybe he can send it out to the team like, hey, just so you know, this person is here. Be on the lookout type deal.
Sure. Residents, would you like to go meet him?
I look at my phone and I'm like, I'm right here.
Yes. Well.
I'm like,
Would you like to go meet him? Perhaps confuse him with your status and fame.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yes. Hold on 1 second. I just gotta do my face.
Impasse was trying to be all low key and just like observe him from afar, see maybe what he's up to, or just whatever, and then they just go right up to him and just like,
it's best to place the subject under pressure to observe how they respond.
I'm very off key today. I don't know what's going on because my best friend Tilly's not here, so I'm just kind of like not. Just a little subtext.
Don't worry, I'm here.
Like, oh.
Yeah, don't worry. You still have somebody. Impasse will continue to be the odd one out that doesn't have a buddy.
I have no. I like. We're just them two. Don't put me in with them. Don't group me.
I'm like Tilly, but better.
I mean, you haven't got rainbow hair.
I can have rainbow hair if you'd like.
Yes.
No. Not to draw attention.
But not in a mohawk, in a very stylish kind of floppy situation.
Yes.
Impasse is just gonna look back and just be like,
I make a quick video. I'm like, see, I told you it's the new thing. Comes in all styles now.
Yes. Ash delays for like half a second and then big smile. And then as soon as you take the picture, it goes back to completely placid face.
Thank you for the gifted sub, potato juice.
Yeah. So, look everyone, it's Lala. Aren't you surprised by her fame that she is here with you? You there. Have you met Lala?
An awkward way to say that.
Immediately, those teenagers around, all of them turn around who could hear you say that, turn and are like, oh my god, it's Lala, Lala. And cell phones come out. Pictures are being taken.
Can I still see him among the swarm of teenagers that have now come around Resonance?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Can I still see him among the teenagers that have now swarmed Resonance?
Yes,
I'm probably going to try to...
I believe Ash has specifically called him out also.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And he looks surprised for 1 second, and then they're like, oh, cool, Lala, can I get selfie?
Of course.
Totally. What's your name?
Oh, my name is Adi. Adi Daz. Because thanks. Sorry. You can just call me Adi. It's nice to meet you, he says, and brings his camera around.
I'm like, that's a unique name.
Yeah, how do you spell
Yeah.
that?
Tell me a little bit more about your origins. That sounds really interesting.
Oh no, it's just
What about yourself?
a family name, I think.
Yes.
Listen, I don't pick it.
Mm.
It actually, there's an H after the A in the last name because it does look silly otherwise.
Ah, got it.
Ah,
But it definitely
And,
is pretty much that.
what school are you from?
I'm from Southview.
Right. And are you here on like a public whatever? What was the holiday called again?
Public Service Day.
Are you here for Public Service Day? Like,
Yeah, it's just a field trip again. I mean, it's not like we go to City Hall every year, right?
yeah.
We do not. What is your favorite band?
My favorite band?
Which sports team do you prefer?
I don't really follow sports that much.
What is your favorite class
My
in
favorite
school?
class? I mean, it's probably gym class, actually. I like working out. I'm not a fan of team sports.
Adults are annoying, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
They don't have a clue.
Not a clue. He's looking at Lala for like, is this normal?
I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm doing what I'm doing now. I'm just laughing. I'm like, I'm really. He's learning.
Yes, I'm an
okay.
exchange
So he
student. Do you have a TikTok?
Oh, an exchange student. I like your hair though, bro. It looks nice.
Thank you. I did it myself.
Oh man, that's probably hard. Whenever I dye my hair, color in like a pain.
Well, that sounds unfortunate. So, you should come hang out with our group.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Excellent.
Why not?
This is, well, you know who this is, and I will introduce Impasse. Everyone knows Impasse.
Do you introduce Impasse as Impasse or Impasse as...
Oh, I don't know.
name?
I would do whatever Impasse would think was appropriate.
Yeah, I would. So that's the weird thing of us being like in our own group. So they just see us as civilians, right?
Yeah.
I
You
would
kind
Except
of...
for
So
Lala.
I'm just so I'm just
So
Devin.
I was Lala, not residents.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. This is Devin.
Hey, what's up?
Hello, Audie.
How
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you too.
Our friends
Here on the old...
Ren and Val are getting coffee.
I mean,
Why'd you make that face?
They've been a long time.
Yes, they have. It's suspicious, isn't it?
Why are you like that?
Yeah.
Stop.
I mean, I'm sure they're just bored with the tour.
Yes.
yeah.
I'm sure that's what it
really-
is.
The
Yep.
tour isn't really my jam either.
Like, has a coffee addiction. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
Electroshock therapy
too.
can be very effective with addiction.
Oh, yes. We're learning.
Yes.
Learning every day.
Audie agrees that human adults can be insufferable.
They can be.
Some of them.
Yeah, it just really depends on who you're working with,
Yeah, you work with any adults that you like?
I like, they don't really know what's going on anyway, It's just one of those things you just got to get by to get what you want. You know what I mean?
Ah, what kind of things do you want in life?
Probably what you have, Lala, money, fame. That'd be nice, but it's always good to, test yourself and your abilities and stuff like that.
Yes.
Abilities. So do you have any like talents or abilities? Because like you're saying like you'd like to have like my wealth and fame and stuff, but obviously I have that through like my acting and stuff like that. So
Generally being superior.
which is kind of go.
He's just gonna end up with like this robot fan club. It's great.
Yeah.
So have you got any like how would you be famous? What's like if that's your plan, like how would you achieve that? Do you think like what have you got that you could market?
No, I don't know if I really need to get into marketing anything. It's just good to know that you're doing the best that you can, Like I've been on this new workout regime, right? Where you have to do and he starts describing actual workout routines. I'm going to throw the word
Empath is actually kind of interested in that.
yeah.
He definitely he does do some flexing, but trying not to do it in a way that's like super, weird, but try to bring it into the conversation like check out these gains or whatever.
Yes.
Adi might be saving Ren and Val. Keep flirting, my friend. Keep flirting.
Yes.
Yes, good. Be a good distraction.
Us bros gotta stay swole. And Ash is suddenly slightly more muscular.
I'm so glad that Ren is not present for this.
Yeah, bro, exactly.
Resonance is pretty good at like keeping it together because of like, not corpsing on stage and stuff like this, but he's just finding this absolutely like just keeps getting caught off guard and he's like
That plinth over there looks heavy. Shall we see who can lift it?
A plinth?
Yes, the stone device meant for holding things up for display.
I don't know if we should be grabbing things and just chucking them around in here.
There's no
maybe
velvet
you
rope.
shouldn't touch
Clearly,
the-
it's there for us to do with as we please. You aren't-
Ash.
You aren't a rule follower, are you?
I mean, hey, so does this look like something a human could actually lift?
A sufficiently strong one.
Okay, so then he'll be like, man, I can do it. And he'll walk over to it. And, I mean, it seems like an average strong person. That's like the amount of effort he's putting into lifting it.
Got it.
So, like, it's because of his swole gains that he's able to lift this thing.
Quite impressive.
Nice. What's your maximum deadlift?
He gives you a fairly impressive number.
Yes, an appropriate number.
An appropriately impressive number.
Interesting. Here, hold this, and I will throw him something.
He will catch it.
Like a reasonably dexterous person, or...
Like a reasonably dexterous person.
Well done. Here, I shall take that from you. And I just like pick it up and set it back down.
This is trying to be a little less obvious of like, oh yeah, my deadlift is this is my vertical, this is, my routine, whatever, some stuff I do. That way it's not just grilling him.
So you were all given a chat with him. Are you just talking, or is there something?
I'm grilling his physical and intellectual capabilities.
Okay.
See if I can detect anything other than that falls outside the human norm.
Yeah. He seems to be, he's on the upper end of a human norm. Is within the human norm.
He's not displaying anything that we would deem as super.
Yes.
My files, I think it was, he's good at using different weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like peak physical fitness, which you would expect.
Yes.
From such a situation. Anyone want to do any moves?
I just broadcast out.
Okay.
Threat assessment 0.
I agree with 0, but
He's so sad. At any rate,
do you know anybody else here? Like,
he's like, oh yeah, some of my classmates or something. I ditched it. That wasn't much more fun.
I'm like, I'm just gonna go check where Ren and Spectre are because they've been a bit.
Val.
If you just stay here with these guys, I'll be right back.
No, actually, I have to go do some of the worksheets, so I'll probably see you all around.
Oh, cool. Yeah. What area are you working in? We'll try and catch up with you later.
Yeah, I think
or
I'm
what's your
over.
Insta? Like, just ask you, what's your Insta?
Oh yeah. He'll give you his Instagram stuff. Yeah, he'll exchange some stuff. I don't think he has a TikTok. Actually, you know what? He probably does have a TikTok. And
All right.
he does it, and it's just him doing like weightlifting routines and stuff like that, or maybe splitting logs.
Yeah.
For people like that. He doesn't wear a shirt in them.
Yes.
So
0 threat confirmed.
So he mentions he's going to be over at the I don't know. I keep putting him in like Senate chambers. I don't think City Hall.
The city council.
Yeah, the city. He's going to be over by the city council room where they have a workstation set up. He's going to work on those. But let's see. As you're all parting ways, though, you do see him reach up to his ear briefly as he thinks he's just out of sight before he turns the corner.
I would like to attempt to detect if there's any electromagnetic radiation being transmitted from his general head area.
Right, go ahead and roll Unleash Your Powers.
Oh, yes, because it is a thing. Ooh, wait. Let me double check. This is just Unleash, not... that is a 8-10.
All right. I'm going to use a minor bane to make... I think I have those.
Yes, you do.
Cool. So you can either mark a condition or the effect is unstable or temporary.
I think it is unstable or temporary.
Okay.
No, because meta. I think there is some sort of interference. And I think Ash thinks that a typical person would find that frustrating and will become angry.
Okay. All right. So
and then pierce the interference.
Yeah, so you get some interference, and I think you even recognize that this interference was probably set up by someone on purpose. Like this communication channel was secure, but you were able to basically angrily hack your way through it, at least right now.
Yes.
And you catch just a tail end of what he's saying, and it's all like, we have some company. And that is the end of and you actually get a communication back from another voice that says, understood. And that's the end of the conversation that you picked up.
I will immediately convey this to Impasse.
Yeah, that throws us money at 0 anymore, is it?
He is of no threat. However, whoever it is that he is taking his orders from might be. I suggest we track them down and put an end to their nefarious plan.
Careful underestimating people, Ash. Numbers don't mean everything.
You're categorically incorrect in that assessment.
Think you're being a little small-minded there.
Are you questioning me? Eyes flare a little bit for a second and then go back. I'm running a new emotion simulation subroutine. It's most interesting.
Yeah, is it anger?
Yes. Yes. I'm very glad that it translated.
Yeah, you can convey it a little bit strongly.
I will be more subtle in future. You're not
Maybe
my
get rid of the
mom.
fire eyes.
You're not my mom. I'm dying.
So yeah, that was conveyed to the team, right? Like
Yes.
we kind of went out like, okay.
Yes. So Spectre and Paradigm receive on their communications device that there is a nefarious plot afoot.
Once again,
Yeah, they stole our coffee grinder.
be on the lookout. Do you
Yes.
tell us that someone stole the coffee
Yes.
grinder? And
Please report any unusual phenomena.
Well, I think it's more phrased like I saw a coffee grinder blade go into a hole in the wall, so I don't know if that's important, but something weird's going on.
in the wall, hole in the wall.
Yeah.
Ash, what are your like capabilities as far as vision wise?
Yeah, that's
Yes, of course.
That's what Ren was going to ask, is if he could look through and see if there's anything she would like describe, essentially a mouse hole, and have him start at the coffee shop and then go from there.
We can scan on our way there too.
Yes, I suggest that you yes, we should all assess, look for any evidence of unusual behavior. I think I'm going to charge up because there is an increasing likelihood of a superhero emergency. And now I have a condition, so I get to add 1. Ooh, that's 12.
Ooh.
So that is, I'm holding 3 burn. Ash just takes a step and in between lifting the foot up and putting it down, the normal human schoolboy outfit goes away and his very modern superhero outfit appears. Come along. We have evil to foil.
All right. So there was something in there, just hopping back a sec. Impasse had mentioned numbers aren't everything to you. And I think, and everyone else should put Ash as someone who they hold influence over.
Yes.
And I think with that influence being held over you, I'd like you to consider maybe writing a lesson related to that.
Ah.
I think that would be something interesting because it seemed like advice given.
Oh, that's a good
I don't
point.
know if you... So you have always or never, which are a little tricky. Think on something that's related, past said, about numbers aren't everything. Because I think that's something that would be an interesting lesson to learn.
Yes.
Especially with the
I will.
influence that
Yes.
Impasse holds.
Yes, I will add the lesson. Always look beyond the equations.
Good. And don't forget, you can always embody these to change labels around.
Yes.
Because I never remember. So let's see. So you all are heading to the the
Yes.
coffee shop. All right, and you are trying to look in the walls.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and roll Unleash Your Powers again.
8.
All right.
Temporary.
All right, temporary. So you're finding it a bit too difficult to look into the walls the whole time without exposing all of these teenagers to, I don't know, too much radiation,
Yes.
bad effects,
Yeah.
all that kind of thing. Because you do need a little extra oomph.
Yes, there are too many organics, and I don't want to risk destabilizing their genes.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be unfortunate. So you're looking in the walls, and you do see what you would at first assume to be like little tunnels that mice or other small creatures would make. It kind of looks like that. You actually a mouse. But then just as you're running out of time for the amount of time that you be looking at the wall, you do see the form of something that looks like a very small humanoid for just a second, and then you try to focus in, and it's all like, "Oh, you're at the limit," and the vision stops.
Interesting.
And then this humanoid, they're just booking it. They're booking it through the tunnels.
Is the wall load bearing?
Yes.
Hmm.
I'm just going to make that a
Maybe-
load bearing wall.
We should inform the superheroes that are posted here.
Yes.
Especially, I keep forgetting his name.
Compute Nick.
Compute Nick. Yeah, I keep
His
wanting
name
to
is
say
Nick?
like Nick Tech or something.
Yes.
Especially Nick, because maybe he. Can you pull up the blueprints again of the building? Did it include like tunnel systems?
No. There's an old pneumatic system for sending papers from office to office, but this is something different. Also, I don't think that they employed small humanoids,
Well, right.
at least not publicly. So, yes. Be aware, however, that your friend, Computnik, there's a non-trivial chance that he is, in fact, involved or responsible.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Have you all met up at
Yes.
this point?
Yeah, I think
Yep.
so. Yeah, we're
So-
all in the coffee shop.
Small humanoids have infiltrated this facility and are stealing items for some unknown purpose.
Sharp items at that.
Yes.
Could be or could not be associated with Mr. Adidas.
Yes, very likely he is communicating with a mastermind. They attempted
Can I
to
say on a
scramble the
side
signal,
note-
but I was
Go
able
on.
to break it. Yes.
Can I say on a side note that a barista type person arrives from like I don't know what to call it. What did we call not Uber?
Super.
Super.
Oh, super.
It's from Suber Eats. And I have ordered everyone's favorite coffee beverage because I know how
Ah, yes. Black coffee. And Pass
awful.
doesn't actually like it, but it looks hard. So,
I know how awful some members of the team, no names, get without their coffee. So when I heard that the coffee machine had been broken,
again.
I ordered a Suber Eats. So everyone has a cup of their favorite beverage.
You're a godsend, Resonance.
I manifest a flat white. Delicious.
You are my favorite today.
Oh. That looks mildly hurt.
I was going to say, don't you mean your second
You're-
favorite? Wink.
Oh my god, shut up.
Did he say wink? Did he say it? As
Yes,
well?
of course.
The diva winky face.
Not
Yes.
sure why you're winking, but you don't usually announce it.
Ash has no chill.
And I'm like,
Oh my
when did you get
God.
eyelids?
All right. So plan of action.
Yeah, what are we doing? Leader?
I understand that obviously there's a chance. God damn it. Technic?
Compute Nick.
Compute Nick. It, could be involved. But
Compunic, man. Compunic.
yeah. But we probably have a responsibility to that way we're not just going off on our own through these buildings. So they're aware. And maybe we'll get a chance to actually shadow them doing something other than just being glorified security guards. No offense.
Yeah, this sucks. We do way better on our own. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't think it's a bad idea, but
I don't think
This is
apple pie is
not-
much help, but at least Compute Nick would.
Apple pie can clog their little passageways with macaroni and cheese
That's true.
or poutine.
Yeah, but
Are they the only two
smells
heroes
later
stationed here?
on-
Literally, Computnik and Apple Pie. That's the City Hall Defense Force.
Yes.
The
Oh,
smell,
okay.
the smell that apple pie would leave behind would permeate for
Oh
months.
god, yeah.
Well, it's a good thing I don't plan making a career here, so
Yeah.
it'll be
Same.
fine.
So let's bring it to Computnik and have him see what he says about it.
Well, maybe keep it on the
Can
down low.
Does Ash have the capability to scan to see if we can figure out who that humanoid might be? Because obviously I'm thinking that we're all assuming that it's a super of some kind who has the
does-
ability to shrink.
Or an
Does
alien,
Impact have
or a
any
construct, or a mutant.
files on villains with shrinking powers?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
I could check to see if that description matches anything in the files, but
I mean, even if it's a couple of villains, at least we can kind of sort it down to figure out who it might be.
especially you said it disappeared into a hole like from a mouse taking it, or
Well, did we like see something holding on to the
You
blade, or
only
did it just
saw-
kind of
I just-
float through?
You only saw the metal bit. You didn't, and it wasn't the full thing. It was like just as it was going.
Okay, so it was getting yanked in. Yeah, so
I saw a
I
glint of light shining off a piece of metal as it was going through a hole.
got it. Yep. Yeah, I didn't get a good glimpse at it. So
I'd say we should probably have somebody watch Adidas, keep an eye on him. Probably Paradigm Inspector, since he hasn't met them.
yeah,
You guys
Okay.
can blend in with the people doing their worksheets.
I'm not doing worksheets, but sure.
Not doing a
You
worksheet
don't have to,
either.
you don't have to actually do
Yes. Ask him about his gains.
Yeah, not gonna do that either.
Sure. No, I can do that.
You can
Do
talk
you-
to him about exercise.
Do you want me to do
Like,
it? Been
like
reading the
lurking in
files roll?
shadows.
I mean, are you going to check the files?
Yeah, I could.
Then, yeah, go
I
ahead.
mean, we could check the files and you can go tail him.
No, 'cause,
Seems like he's
you know,
more your speed.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
but I'm not doing a
Impasse
work. He's
wants
already
him
met,
to-
and he seems like he clocked us already.
Yeah, Impasse wants to be subtle about it, and he's met us too.
Yeah, I mean, I just drastically changed my appearance too, so not as recognizable if
just
they
Spectre,
civilian
then.
forms.
I got a
mean-
7 on the roll, by the way,
Okay.
thanks to my +2
I don't-
superior.
I don't think splitting up is good, but splitting up into solo is.
Well, I mean, Ren, do you think you could just establish a telepath? I mean, we have our communicators, so I'll just keep on the line.
Try.
Her powers have been a little
Sounds
unstable.
awful.
I'm a little.
Well, no,
nervous.
that's why I said we have just our regular communicators.
Yeah.
I'll just keep on the line and keep in touch. It's
Okay.
fine. I think I'm the
And it's not
least
like we're on the other
recognizable
side of
out
the
of all of
city.
us. Yeah, exactly. So,
We're in the
and
same
if
building.
need be, we have a robot that can probably pierce through interference to get us reconnected if anything happens. So,
Not a robot. And no one
Sorry, I
has
was
mentioned that
gonna
my
say-
hair is different as well.
yeah, it looks great. Very flashy.
Too little too late, and it
Uh,
goes back to being normal.
Are
Yeah,
you
whatever.
experiencing a new emotion protocol thing?
Yes, anger.
experiment. Anger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
God.
Okay, yeah, it definitely does not suit you. I'm sorry.
It kind of
Well,
fits.
you
Just
That's-
annoying.
That's your opinion, isn't it?
You're right, it is my opinion, and like assholes, everybody has one.
Okay, well let's
Anyway.
all right, let's
Wow.
So,
team
what's the
hand in
plan?
break.
Dial it down, guys.
Spectre, I don't want you by yourself, so Spectre, Paradigm, Go Tail, Adidas.
Yeah, all right.
Try to
You're
just be careful. He's a master of weapons. Not sure if he has any. City Hall should have detected any, but we know better. So
I mean, it's
Yeah.
not like I didn't grow up with my
You don't think I
mom,
clocked my
so
Yes. You will certainly best him in one-on-one combat, Spectre.
oh yeah.
Myself,
gonna
Resonance, and
casually
Ash will
grab Val's hand and wander off into the direction, where they were told.
Well, hang
he was
on, we got
going to be.
let's get the debrief real quick and then we'll do that.
Oh, I figured we just, like I said, here's who he is, here's what's happened,
Yeah.
here's the communication that happened,
Okay.
here's where he said he would be doing worksheets.
All right. Yep. Hold hands and walk
Here's
away.
what he looks
Here's his
like.
Instagram.
He took a
Yes.
selfie with
Oh yeah,
like-
scrolling
Yeah.
through the Instagram while we walk.
He's very swole.
He's got a shirt on though.
No.
Yeah, that's fine. I prefer that.
Same.
Impasse, your quick look through the files, it turns out there's a lot of villains who can shrink, like a surprisingly large number of size villains and
Ones that can shrink, ones that are already just small and humanoid, ones that can control rats, ones that can do this, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you narrow the field a bit. You have a that might match what Ash had seen. Ash, for your vision stuff, I assume is more like a sensor thing, so you wouldn't get like actual visual look, like color and stuff, right?
Yeah, I'm probably projecting some wavelength of light, trying to keep it attenuated so I don't punch holes in the wall.
Yeah. So
like radar
generally,
or
you think it might be someone who can either shrink innately or someone who's already small, just because Ash didn't really pick up on any technology on their person.
And the fact that these tunnel things are new and not inherent to the building are also a little sus. Like, did they create them? Or how recent are they?
All right. So let's break off with Spectre and Paradigm as you head to where Adidas is.
Yep.
He is by the city council area, as he said he would be looking over a worksheet, filling out some stuff.
Look, Ren, just keep an eye on us. I think I can get him talking. I know about, exercise stuff, because Spectre does. Tough doesn't, but Spectre does. Yeah, like, I think I can get on this guy's level. So...
You don't have to talk to him. You just have to keep an eye on him.
I mean, yeah.
Just be careful. See maybe, what he's writing down on his worksheet, because if he's like us, he's probably not writing anything even remotely close to what it is, but could be taking notes.
Sure.
Ask him what he got for number 3.
I don't even have the worksheet.
Just pretend.
With what? Whatever. It's fine. I'm just gonna go observe. We're just splitting up and observing. We'll be fine. Yeah, squeeze hand and then let go and walk over towards where Adidas is and probably just set myself up there, pretend I'm reading something or whatever. And just, this is so boring.
I know, right? He says in response.
Like, I mean, I'd rather be anywhere else. Like, I mean, God, there's like a gym just a few blocks from here. I would so much rather be hitting a bag than standing around reading about like government and history. Ugh.
Yeah. Oh, do you do boxing and stuff? Or?
Oh, I do all sorts of stuff.
Oh, neat.
Gotta keep it varied,
Yeah, it's really important in the routine that you exercise different parts and really keep it different, so that way your body doesn't get used to the same thing all the time.
Yeah,
really
exactly.
Keep the routine going.
Yeah, sure. I'm Val, by the way.
Oh, hey, I'm Adi.
Nice to meet you. You like planning on sticking around here all day? Me and my buddy over there are probably gonna ditch.
Yeah, I've gotten in trouble with the folks one too many times for skipping, so I thought I'd at least finish this one out.
I see. No worries. Cool. Well, Yep. Go back to pretending to read plaques.
Is there any moves you would like to make since you're in conversation with him?
Can I try to pierce his mask?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. I'm just trying to pick up on that. Do we have major bones?
We do.
Cool. I'm gonna use one of those because that was a 3. 9.
All right. So with a 9, you can ask one of the questions.
What are you really planning?
All right. Now coach that into how you're opening that into an actual conversation, because that's going to be a bit tricky.
Yeah. So yeah, can I is he actually properly filling out the worksheet?
I mean, there are answers in there, but
Not really.
they're half-hearted guesses at best.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably I'm gonna be like, man, your heart doesn't really seem in this, dude. Like, I mean, I get it, but are you really actually here to just look at old building?
Well, if I'm going to be honest, I got a pretty good gig right now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's pretty nice. All I'm saying is that maybe you do want to skip out of here after a few hours, if you know what I mean. Just yeah, just head out there, Val. You're gonna have a better time outside the building than. He pats you on the shoulder and walks away.
Cool. Your turn, Ren. And probably patch into communications. Guys, we need to maybe set up an alert. They're dropping heavy hints that something bad's gonna happen in this building.
I'm gonna stick close, but not too close to him, and follow him.
And then I'm following behind a decent distance as well, mingling with the crowd.
Okay.
Just casually sipping my coffee and looking around, and then, adjusting my position to keep following him.
Perfect. Go ahead and Paradigm, go ahead and assess the situation.
Right. And what's that plus?
Superior.
That one is a... Come on, load up. I got a 10.
A 10. Perfect. So you can ask 2 questions from the assess the situation as you were following him, watching him. Or you can hold one of those questions for later if you like. I'd allow, because you might learn something from one of them.
The... See, that one's an easy answer. How could we best end this quickly, and then I'll hold the other one.
So let's see. You could, let's see, there's a couple ways you think you might be able to end this. Obviously, I don't think it triggered for tough, is my guess.
No, it did.
It did.
Oh, it did? Oh, then I'll
Yep.
do an undo on mine. So the you could try to just take this guy out, because you obviously know he's somehow whatever it was that was going on. But you're starting to think that maybe he isn't like the main source of it, since he obviously communication. I'm sorry, I stole it. I stole your boon. He seems to be in communication with everyone else or someone else. So it may be better to try to figure out who he's in communication with and stop them as far as ending something quickly. You're not too sure if removing him from the situation would actually stop whatever the problem is. If that's helpful. I also give you that he does seem to notice you following. He does seem to notice you following him. Probably Paradigm in particular, not so much Val since you're farther behind.
Yeah. Out of game, might I venture to pose the question for you, Zodi, of what here can I use to track down whoever he is talking to?
Say that again.
For your last question, what here can I use to track down whoever he is talking to? So we can find the source.
Yeah, I would definitely go with that one.
Yeah, so you think that if you got his communicator, whatever he's using to communicate, his earpiece, that you'd be able to, either you or probably Ash would be able to trace where that is going, which would give you a location of where he's communicating with someone. So I'm going to let you sit with that information, and we'll jump back to the rest of you guys. So you were going to be finding wherever Computnik is, which I think they just kind of followed the tour and then ignored the fact that you, which is pretty good for mentoring. So you can find Computnik. Would like to talk with him. And I think at this point you were given, probably either before this conversation or during it, you were probably giving the information that something is going to happen soon.
So I want to pull him to the side, away from the rest of the tour and be like, hey, we may have discovered a situation, possible security issue.
Oh, really? He says, a little surprised.
So first I'll go into, like, we identified this guy, the Adidas Swoop, right?
Yeah.
Swoop, and I'll go into his, like, he's known for this. We thought maybe he was just happened to be with his high school doing so, but then Ash picked up a communication between him and someone else. Here's what they said. And then what Vector and Paradigm saw with the weird coffee grinder incident, and then the subsequent scan that Ash did, and then the conversation they just had where he was heavily hinting that something is going to be happening.
He says, and he starts pulling up his own little interface. I imagine it's like one of those wristlet situations where you can flip it open and start typing on a little computer thing in there, and he starts gathering some information, checking the security systems. He frowns slightly. Everything seems normal, but I feel like we had the scan system go off for known villains. Let me double check on that. So he's getting into the code portion of that. And
access.
Well,
I'm sure he could help.
I'm sorry, what was that?
So if you give Ash access, he could probably help.
Yeah, I bet he could. He does not offer it over to Ash.
Mhm.
Fair enough.
So as he's poking around with that, Charity runs over and she's all like, Compute Nick, look at this. And she points at a message on her watch, and he also seems a little alarmed about this, and then says, okay, but there does seem to be a situation here. We already have information. He recaps what you said in past, pretty much. So I think, it makes sense to call in your team. They're obviously on top of this too. We don't have time. Listen, whatever it is, it'll be fine. I just need to borrow him for like 5 minutes. We're just going to go across the street really quick. We'll be right back. I promise. Okay?
We should evacuate all the innocent civilians in the building that something's about to go down in.
Listen, I don't know if the mayor will want everyone to be evacuated on this public service day.
No. Civilian casualties would be way better.
Listen, no one ever actually attacks civilians when they do stuff. They only go after. He's fine. Listen,
pull up the death rate of civilians in Halcyon City on any given week. It's like
it's incredibly high. Anyone in not a mass campaign having a bad time.
Yeah, especially even if they didn't target the civilians to kill them, they would use them against, and it's just it hinders our ability to face the threat.
Yes, 74% of the entire civilian population of Halcyon City was co-opted by the swarm like 2 weeks ago. So,
all right. Listen, we really need to go. This is all right, but here, she gives you some sort of token thing, I assume, of importance of the office. Says, listen, go get changed, get into your super outfits, go to the mayor's office, start announcing the evacuation protocol. We want to keep it calm. It's listed all here. She sends you a document or something of that nature explaining what to do in a situation like this where you need to evacuate.
Yes.
Implementing the evacuation. And we'll be around in not more than 10 minutes from now, okay?
Yes.
And
go deal with your obvious false flag. Bye!
yes, exactly. She runs out, dragging Computnik, who looks concerned as this is happening. What do you do?
Let's see. Are we like in a big grand gallery? I'm just is there a central space where the majority of these kids?
I think there's
probably pass it by the mayor.
Really? Do you think so?
I'm gonna evacuate now. We'll evacuate regardless. I don't care. Civilian casualties come before his public image, in my opinion.
So I think
But I'm gonna take off my stuff so I can be in my superhero outfit.
Right. I think what I would like to do is 2 things. One, I would like to spend 2 burn to create a mini-me that is animated separately from me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to direct it to find the nearest entrance to the network and to hunt. And then as part of that, I'm going to make my display quite obvious. I'm like definitely showing off the fact that I am using advanced heartlight capabilities in the center of the Capitol building. And with that, I'm going to attempt to putting out a tremendous display of might. Oh, it's not even that. I spend 1 burn to awe an audience into respect.
All right.
So everyone, it's like, supervillain dealings afoot. Evacuate now. Make yourself safe. Don't worry. Autonomous superhero hologram has it under control.
Fair enough. Do you need to roll for this?
Yep,
to unleash
just
your
spend a burn.
powers? All right.
I charged up, got
Yep.
3 burn, and I just spent them all.
All right, perfect.
I would
One to
like
create.
to
Yeah,
find
one to
the
create.
mayor just in case he's a target.
Yes,
Cool.
see to the mayor.
And brief him.
All right. Cool. Cool.
I'll if I need to, I can punch a little hole in the wall where I saw the thingy and let my little mini me crawl in. But it's gonna go chase.
All right. So you're mini me in the walls, crawling around. Cool.
Yes.
Everyone does start evacuating quickly because, that just happened. At least everyone in the hall.
As a team, when did we discuss that it was a good idea to make it a big show?
We
and
didn't.
not-
Oh, I don't think.
Yeah, we didn't really.
I think Ash
Yeah, we
made an
absolutely did
executive.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
My
we're
plan was
not
going to
evacuating
be
everything.
run it by the mayor
I-
first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking like it might not be the best idea to evacuate people because then we're communicating to the person that can't see us that we know something's going on.
Yeah.
What better way to draw them out?
Yes.
already
Exactly.
clocked us. They also already clocked us.
Yeah, they already do.
Yeah, but them just clocking that we're here doesn't mean that we know about
Know
them.
what they're doing. Yeah.
They don't know that we know that they know that we know that they know. That... Oh, no.
They do now.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, they
fine.
definitely.
Yes.
Okay.
Exit to your right. Move quickly. Don't jostle. Everything will be
Okay, well
fine.
then, in as that seems to be the way we're going, I will also do time for a show then,
Yes.
just because
All right.
if that seems to be I'm going to support Ash because that's what we've done. So
Yes. We support each other like friends do.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
I'm like I say to Impasse, I agree we should have gone subtle, but I'm guessing that's not where we're going. Just as I'm about to do it.
Dam's been breached.
Just so you... Yeah. Oh, I did a bad roll. I'm using a thingy. Other people have used them. I'm going to use them.
Yes.
How do I use it again?
Exclamation point, use all in lowercase, capital M, capital B. I'll type it. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you. That I got 2 basically, just so you know. That's what
Ooh.
happened. Okay, now I've got 7, and my superior is 3. So I got 10.
Ooh.
All right.
So
You can name 2 NPCs who are present.
mhm.
So they must either volunteer help or information, express admiration, or ask for.
I
Sure, they'd love to help the
say-
famous Lala
Of course. Everyone
evacuate
would.
their peers.
I would say it's just like 2, maybe like a security guard, and then like
Lulu is here. If you want her
Oh,
to
right.
be present in this room,
Yeah.
you can call on her for this if you would like.
well, that seems.
Yeah, she owes you a favor.
But it's the fact that it's not about owing me a favor. It's the fact that they're
Yeah.
impressed by what I've done. So it's regardless of okay, so Lulu and a security guard. I think it's that they help us get people out.
Okay. Yeah. So you what do you do to impress people?
I just do the, where I make the sparkle things. So I just kind of with like light and stuff, like maybe the electric from the lights come out for a second. I spark them in my hands and then I throw them back into the lights.
Oh, if you can do that thing where, like, on airplanes where it lights up to the exit.
Yeah,
like make the lights show where to go.
Yes.
And a big arrow, like a big sparkly arrow. This way, please.
And so inspired by one of the security cards goes and is like, starts directing the flow of students, making sure they're actually heading towards the doors rather than into the dead end of the coffee shop or the dead end of that meeting room or any of the other series of doors that lead elsewhere. And Lulu throws off her disguise to help out, but no one is particularly impressed. However, she is directing people and and gives you a thumbs up over there. Meanwhile, Paradigm Inspector, there hasn't been any alarm that have gone off because no one's actually triggered an official evacuation system in the building. So you are generally unaware of what is going on. However, you do see Adi. He's walking, and then you see him stop and swear under his breath, and then look behind him, seeing you, and then takes off running. Takes off running down the hallway.
Oh boy. All right, yeah, doing that thing where we're like running down the hallway. I'm unzipping my jacket with the suit underneath and pulling the hood up, pulling the mask on, and bolting out.
Everything coming off, and she's hauling ass after him.
I'll pass my clothes to Paradigm to shove in her bag. Paradigm passes me her clothes, and we just swap.
Yes.
Yeah,
the hair's getting pulled back into the tight ponytail. The mess is going on. She's booking it after him. At the same time, she is going to propel off of the floor a bit to push herself forward. And she's going. Well, obviously that's the telekinetic ability. Is she's able to push herself forward into flight. And she's gonna try and tackle him.
Ooh.
Okay, go ahead and roll to directly engage a threat.
Right?
You're gonna try to grapple the guy then?
Yeah.
I'm going to throw my whole entire body into him.
But he's so slow.
Yeah, exactly. That's his powers, essentially. Not powers, but he's a good fighter.
That's fine. I'm right behind her.
9,
and that is
danger.
Roll danger, which for me is roll savior, which gives me a +2, so I have an 11.
Ooh.
Perfect. So you can pick 2 from the list, which includes resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, impress, surprise, or frighten the.
I'm gonna go with impress, surprise, and frighten the opposition and take something from them.
Yes. The freedom to move. His swell gains do not help him. Let me see. When we attack people and they're villains, something probably happens here. One second. Wasn't expecting quite so much conflict in me. He supersedes you. So you go down the hall. He was not expecting you to gain on him so quickly as he was running. So you basically just fly straight into him with your telekinetic powers and grab him down. So he's definitely surprised by that happening. Let's see. Zero, do you know when you mark conditions on villains? Is it when something happens, or
Yeah. So yeah, this would be an appropriate situation to
that's
mark a
what I
condition.
thought. So that, then I'm going to do a move. So he tackles to the ground. You have enough momentum that's like you tackle, and then like you both roll on the ground from the momentum. And he is surprised at your presence. He's like, well, I should have guessed, he says, looking at you. And it turns out he is still pretty swole, though, because even though he is pinned, he is quickly escapes from your grasp, just trying to just kind of gets out. But he doesn't turn to fight at you. Instead, he starts running up towards a stairwell and starts parkouring his way away.
Can I make a suggestion for what the two things that you choose, Paradigm, as part of your successful roll? Definitely,
yes.
I would definitely choose take something from them.
Yeah. That was one of the things. She was aiming to get that. She tackled him and took the communicator.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
and then probably
the communicator,
and then probably avoid taking damage if you didn't already.
No, she took surprise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed that part.
I'll take the damage. The damage is.
He should do a damage as he's leaving.
Yo, yeah, hitting her hitting him. That's gonna be like her hitting a brick wall.
Oh God, why didn't you wait? I'm the punchy.
I don't think he's not going.
We're training.
He's not doing too much against you specifically, but the force with which you were surprised at how strong it was when you hit him and how quickly he removed himself from your grasp. I'd say a mark the afraid condition, just because it was more powerful than everyone's all like, he's not a threat, he's nothing, and then you're all like, it was like hitting a brick wall, and he just got up, but he didn't realize that you had taken the communicator. So he starts running.
She's gonna have to take a second to recover from that, and she's just gonna tell Val, go after him. I'm fine.
Spectre's running after him, and she's like, get that communicator back to the group, and I'm parkouring down the stairs after this guy.
All right. So parkour time.
Once she's laying there recovering, she's gonna tap her own communicator and go, I have Adi's communicator. Where are you? And once she susses all of that out and picks herself up off of the floor, she's going to find the nearest fire alarm and she's going to pull it.
Oh yeah, Spectre was probably also yelling at people as she ran past, like, get out, go, evacuate, bad thing, like, super in a costume, get out.
Ash, can you possibly mimic his voice with all the recordings that you've gotten so far?
Sure.
Is that an ability you have?
Sure, why not?
Maybe we can learn something from the communicator.
Ren will get back to the group and, obviously pull the fire alarm so that people hustle out a little bit faster. And then she's gonna zip back and give the communicator to Ash. And then promptly sit on the floor because that hurt.
So while that was happening, Spectre, you're chasing the guy with parkour. What would you like to do?
So I'm probably basically just trying to drop on him from above and tackle him down. Probably have my sticks out and just whamming down with those on the way down.
All right. Roll to directly engage a threat.
That is a 13.
All right, cool. What 2 things do you pick?
I would like to resist or avoid their blows, and probably try to capture him again, so take something from him and just kind of whack him hard to stun him and then wrench his arms behind his back and just hold him there and get on the communicator to be like, okay, I grabbed him.
All right. So you guys were both he's like hopping down stairwell, down from wherever the city council room is, down the stairs, because it's cooler that way. And as he's jumping across, you just come down straight from above, just with your sticks at the ready to slam down. You're not too far from the bottom, which is probably fortunate for him, because he gets just pummeled. He tries to block and overthrow. He definitely is trying to disarm you, but you're able to hold on and stop that and pin him into place. He immediately says, "Hey, listen, let me go, and I'm not doing any bad. Listen, I'm just getting money. We all just need to get some money, right?"
Oh, where have I heard that before?
Where have you heard that before?
Wrong person about just wanting money, and that's your excuse for doing bad things. Nope. Sorry, you're part of something bigger. You're gonna tell me what it is.
Well, I don't get to keep as much money if I tell you everything, right? I already told you enough, apparently.
Would you rather go to jail? You didn't make much use of money when you're in jail.
I mean, money's not, like, you can get out of jail. There are ways to do that. Go ahead and give me, you're going to need to provoke him, I think, to get him to tell you more plans. He's fine with saying, "Hey, please don't look at poor me," and needing money.
That's an 8.
All right.
And I think just to spice it up, because, I just so happen to have $4 million sitting back at the base, I'll be like, look, you tell me what's going on, I will pay you.
Gonna bribe the dude.
Yes, absolutely.
I was just thinking about your large pile of money.
Yeah.
I think this will be that they err in the way that they tell you what is going on. He says, "All right, it's just a little kidnapping ploy for the mayor. The guy just wants to get back at him, get some money. He paid us well enough. And I was just supposed to look to see if there's any other supers in the building, and I guess I found them."
You sure did. Open communicator, by the way, so everybody can hear this as he's talking, so I don't have to repeat it.
Yeah, how close are we to the mayor's office now? It feels like we.
Oh yeah, so you probably did get to the mayor's office, but no one's in the office right now.
Ah, jeez. Where were they taking the mayor?
Well, that's the problem with going loud too. Is like fire alarms were pulled and everything, so now we don't know where he is. Do we have a line to compute, Nick?
You do not.
Okay. Well, mayor's not in his office.
Great. Hey, Audie, where's the mayor?
I don't know where the mayor is. That's not my part of the plan.
Do you know anything else that would be useful to us?
Well, you probably don't want to be in the building. And at this point, the lights flicker
Oh no.
once or twice. And then it's a beautiful day outside. You can see the sun shining in the window, everything like that. And then all of a sudden, in just an instant, all the windows are complete inky black. You cannot see the outside. Everyone who had not yet left the building immediately recoils from the doors that are open into the nothingness that seems to be beyond. What do you do?
Power up.
Seems reasonable.
Resonance can provide us with some light, right? And I can, since I can copy resonance.
I think a lot of the interior lights are
okay. They still work.
inside.
Okay.
It's just the outside isn't there anymore.
Cool.
Okay.
Bonnie, who are you working for?
Oh, I think he called himself the Scythologist,
Oh God.
but I'm not the only one he's working with.
Was that one of the people in my files?
Yes. Actually, he was one of the people.
What are his abilities and powers? Or what do I know about him?
He can change size. There isn't much note in the file. I think he was actually presumed deceased. But he's known for technological capabilities and being small.
Okay, doesn't explain the inky black.
Yeah, which means that there's probably another villain that we're also going to be dealing with.
Okay. Can I assess the situation now that it's changed?
Yeah, go ahead.
6, 5. This is not the right sheet. Okay, I got a 10 plus.
All right, go ahead and ask
superior
some
rates.
questions.
Yeah, okay, 13. So, how could we best end this quickly? And what here can I use to evacuate civilians?
Let's see. So what can you best use to end this quickly? You'd have to find the source of whatever it is that made the outside go away and undo it. I mean, I don't think you don't have a very good understanding of what exactly has happened to the building, but you need to find the source of this power. The question for evacuating civilians is that it is probably a bad idea to send them outside at this point. So you'd have to undo the thing.
So, new plan. We need to get the civilians into a safe location within the building. Just corral them into some room that we can have them set aside, and then we need to find whatever is causing this. Hopefully it's within the building. Otherwise, it is up to whoever is on the outside, because I don't know if there's anything we can do otherwise.
The city council chamber itself is fortified against alien attack and orbital bombardment, so perhaps the civilians should be there.
Yeah, I'm about to ask Ash, where in here is probably the safest building, part of the building for them to go to, where all of the officials would go to in the event of an attack. So, I'm gonna busy myself and start helping to guide people into that general area.
Paradigm, I want you, if possible, to see if you can... How are your powers right now?
Touchy at best.
Do you think you could sense, if all the civilians are in one room, if you could sense another person thoughts that aren't ours? Okay.
Yes.
Resonance and I could probably use the lighting thing to get people to move, or Ash with his little sound thing. Probably better use that way. Spectre, I would bring him here. That way you guys aren't on your own.
Yeah, we're on our way up.
Okay.
I'd kind of look at Audie and be like, okay, look, you're not going to try anything, right? We're all stuck in here. I will kick your ass. Just come on.
All right.
Let go and start heading back upstairs to go.
Gary girlfriend, I love it. She's amazing.
Other girls raised by a villain. Sometimes it comes out.
All right. So you all end up gathering the civilians and generally regrouping. An examination of the situation outside. Your best guess, somehow the entire City Hall building has been pulled into a pocket dimension of some kind. Definitely separated from the outside world entirely.
I just always
miss my street level. Yeah, sometimes I miss my alley fights.
At least you've got power mimicry, man. All I can do is punch things and like take a beating. Okay, this is way outside my level of expertise.
All right, so Paradigm.
I'm guessing you're going to need me to unleash powers to make sure everything is working.
Yeah, go ahead.
The telepathy touch of every single living creature.
Yeah, go ahead and unleash your powers there.
Looking for more, like sentient thought, advanced thought that's outside the team and not within the civilian room.
Let's see. That one is... What do I add to that one? Freak. I add freak to it?
Yeah.
Did Lulu make it out of the building?
No, she was inside helping direct traffic. So I think.
What are her powers again?
I don't think she has any.
She doesn't have any powers.
She's just a person.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
She's
never mind.
A celebrity.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, she could stay in the room with the civilians then.
7 + 1, so 8.
Okay. You can either mark a condition, or it's either unstable or temporary.
It's unstable but temporary. That's fitting.
Okay.
They're fussy right now.
Yeah, so you unleash your powers to sense what's going on. Like you're keeping track of civilians, and it's been a while since you even tried to use your telepathy. You weren't too sure if it's going to really kick in or not. So as you do it, like you're inundated with the thoughts of all the people, but you're able to set those aside because you're like, well, there only should be a few people not in the room with the civilians, right? But as you extend your senses, you get thoughts and general senses and snippets, what seems to be hundreds of individuals outside of that room.
No.
Like little chipmunk voices because they're tiny. So
They could be extra tiny thought voices, because that's exactly how it works.
Yeah, she hasn't. If she's getting bombarded like that, that's gonna suck.
If it helps, they're all speaking in some sort of Brooklyn accent in your mind. If that
definitely does not help.
Hey, what you doing? Hey.
I got your migraine medication paradigm. We'll take care of it.
Yeah, she's gonna have so many regrets when she gets back to the base. She's just gonna like
pop open the pill bottle, hand over the water and the pill, like take it, you need it.
Is she able to pinpoint any of the ones that aren't in the room?
I'm going to say with the it's hard to pinpoint them because there was so many that you weren't expecting. You're expecting probably just a couple from what Adi was telling you about, but there were
But
there
there's
was
a lot more.
there's a lot more than you were expecting for the
Okay,
brief
so
time
there's-
because what happened,
It's
you
all
get
of
this
the
sense.
people. It's all of the people in the room, and then there's more like in a sub-level style thing.
There's more, and you're getting the sense they're all over the building is where all
Okay.
these other voices are.
Okay, I'm going to make that known. She's because
Yeah.
the way that I kind of see her telepathy is like, especially when she's focusing it like this, she's going to see it kind of like a visual audio sensory thing. So like I can't say the word.
Synthesia?
No, it's synesthesia or something like
Synesthesia.
that. Yeah, there we go. So she's going to see a huge glow of that telepathic thinking happening right in front of her, and then she's going to just start seeing it branch off, at which point she's going to say, "It's all around us. Like it's everything." And then she's just gonna turn that shit off because that hurts.
Yeah. You pick up one little mind going, hunt, hunt, hunt. It's very pleased.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, let's go to your little guy here because I actually think he's gonna come across something. So your little guy's been wandering the tunnels that are there, doing a pretty good job of maneuvering through them. And at one point, are you in communication with him at all?
Sure.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. You can probably patch in and see what's going on or whatever. At one point, he comes across, you can see in the distance, little humanoid figures. It's like a small group of them in the tunnel, like 4 or 5 or something like that, just hanging out, talking. And they turn and look at your guy and go like, "Hey, what are you doing over here?"
I'm walking over here.
Yeah, what's your what's your little guy do?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that what he says, or
Yeah.
What these are our tunnels. You ain't supposed to be here. Get out of here, you.
I think he will simply walk over toward them, relaying their position and a feed. Are the creatures identical, or are they clearly
Yes,
related?
they are all relatively identical.
Yep.
All of them are wearing similar clothes. It's like a light. I guess the most interesting thing about them is that they are entirely purple. From head to toe, they are purple creatures. They look like small people. They are wearing light lavender shirts and a darker purple overalls. There seem to be both male and female of them, but they all basically sound the same.
So it's the Snurfs, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
One of them has
like
a
that.
beard, and one of them is a lady in heels, and the rest of them all basically look the same. Okay.
Something like that, yeah. So they basically are like saying, "Get out of here. These are all our tunnels."
Why didn't you make me?
Okay. And they charge at your guy, I guess.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean,
roll to take a powerful blow for your guy.
he's the solid like construct.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
I don't know what happens when he takes a powerful blow, but
he probably goes away.
yeah.
Which he does, because that was a 5.
All right. No, blow is good for
Blow is
that
good.
one.
Oh. Well, yes, then he has my conditions. Does he have my conditions? Does he have any conditions?
Let's give him your conditions. That's probably good enough. We'll just not.
Okay.
I think any problems that happen, it's probably just him. If something bad happened.
Yeah, that's a 7.
So 7. Let's see.
He will lash out verbally at them in an appropriately blue way.
Let's see. I think I don't think we have to do all of the things there. I think what will happen is that he will go away after a little bit.
Yeah, and he will anyway. It goes towards the end of his situation.
So they basically dogpile him,
and then
just
he's
like
gone.
Punch at him while he is relaying the information.
The walls are filled with Smurfs. Small purple people. Like the child's television program.
That's gonna complicate things. None of us can shrink down. Well, besides you, kind of.
Well, we can just start demolishing the walls and killing them.
We have to be careful. We have to keep the structural integrity of the building. So can you calculate where exactly we can enter through without...
I will find the nearest non-load bearing wall and blast a hole in it.
Oh no, what a shame. All the non-load bearing walls have no tunnels in them. Oh darn.
It's so weird. They love structure. No, you can definitely do that. Let's see. No, I think we're going to leave it here with the knowledge that there are tiny people in the walls and the building has been pulled into some sort of extra dimensional space and the lights keep flickering.
Yes.
For extra ambiance.
Yes. And there's blasts knocking plaster and stone everywhere. Just like, well, wreck it. That makes sense.
That's perfect. That's a perfect idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. I won't terrify any civilians.
They can't hide if you... I can project a shield to make sure that we are not crushed.
Maybe if I can get one and they have the power to, like, shrink or something, I can... We'll see.
Tiny mini impasses, an army of them.
Oh god. Paradigm, we're gonna get yelled at in 500 different voices.
But I don't know if that's the power.
Fantastic.
That's what I'm saying is we don't know if it's like that's what they are or if it's an ability or what.
We can find out.
Yep.
Next time.
I think I could definitely get them out of the tunnels.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah.
You can just stick your head in the hole and then blast sound at them and liquefy them.
Ooh, fun.
You purple goop.
It could also be totally unrelated to what's happening.
Yeah, they just live in the walls. They're like, what are you doing to us?
We live here the whole time. What are you doing?
We're terrible people.
We just wanted shiny objects.
All right. So we're going to be back next week around this time, I think, for probably the conclusion to this. Because I think we can get it done in 2. So I guess we can sign out. So let's start with, I think we'll go the same way again. So we can start with, me.
Start with you. Yeah.
Yes, let's start with me. I don't have any other to say. So I'm Misha less than 3, narrating all of this stuff. So you'll see me next week, and I think I'll be around for when we start up Star Trek soon-ish. I think that's soon.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'll be around for BFF Computer, which I think is next week, Saturday.
Yes.
All right. Now to SJ.
All right. SJ, I don't stream, but I'm here a lot. Coming up, I'll be in Masks. Cobbles and Planks, whatever that's starting. Spectrum Squad, that schedule might change a little bit, but that's upcoming. And that one I actually run. But yeah. Sodi.
Hi. Yeah, so you can find me on Twitter. You can probably reach me on Discord if you share a server with me. I don't do the stream thing no more. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. You'll see me coming up in several various ones, assuming all the scheduling works out the way it's supposed to. I believe my next one is. I don't have my phone, so I don't know. But it's possibly Cobble and Plank. It could be Sasha the Vampire Slayer. It could be me playing Discount Daniel Jackson. But not sure. I have to look at all of that. So yeah, I'm going to throw it over to Rachie.
Hi, I'm Rachie H. I haven't streamed in a while. We'll be streaming again soon. I've been doing a lot of painting to try and get one of the rooms ready that I'm going to be streaming in. My wrist hurts because I'm doing a lot of painting. You don't realize how much painting cupboards involve. I'm doing a proper job, all the sides, not just the front, all the sides. So yeah, I'll be back at some point. I've also had like 2 colds and COVID, so that's kind of slowed things down a bit. But yeah, hopefully I'll be back at some point. But also I sometimes am on here too, and I'm hoping at some point I'll be back with those meddling kids, and also Monster She Wrote, because I miss the old ladies a lot. Like, I think of the old ladies and their crocheting and their knives and stuff, you know. So that'd be good to be back with those wild people. I feel like the old women are actually more wild than the people in those meddling kids, even though they've actually got like supernatural powers.
No doubt.
But yes, like the women have no powers except meddling.
Yep.
Which makes it kind of more fun. You'll be more creative with what they can actually do with their old age and just knitting and crocheting needles. Misha's character, that
and AR-15 for Moro's character.
Yeah. Mara's character has a lot of knives. Mine has a lot of like sewing devices and will read you for filth if your outfit is not good. That's about it really. So hopefully when I'm back, I would love to see some of your lovely faces in stream, because I really do. My main thing is in stream is I really enjoy co-op and being involved with the chat and stuff. I like the community aspect of it. Over to the lovely Tuff.
Thanks. I am 90 Tough Love, or Tough for Torfulton, or some of the variety of nickname. I am a variety streamer on Twitch. I play lots of different games. I will not be running a Masks campaign, but I will be playing in another Masks campaign on Wednesday, which will be fun. I'm playing an outsider and have done way too much world building with that. It's been nonstop. And then I am also going to be wrapping up Elwood Expedition on Thursday, I believe. And then I will also be in Spectrum Squad. And I think we're looking at Pioneer Academy Pep Club, hopefully coming up soon. So lots of fun stuff in the roster. Michael.
Awesome. Yeah, I am Zero or Zero Daylight or Michael. All those things that were mentioned, you can head over to community.c+content.tv. That is our Discord. Specifically the C+ Next channel, where we talk about things that are upcoming. And pinned to, I think, the general chat is a calendar that's reasonably up to date. But as people have mentioned, things shift around. But you can get a sense of what is coming up in the near future. The answer to which is lots of fun stuff, variety of different things, which is okay because we also have a YouTube channel, cpluscontent.tv, which is all the stuff that we've ever done, organized helpfully by genre or theme. So there's a spooky channel and a sci-fi channel, and there's actually a Teen Justice Academy dedicated channel. So if you want to get caught up on who these characters are and their adventures that have been lightly referenced throughout this session, between now and next week, you can go watch, I don't know, like 40 hours of recorded stuff. So yeah, tons of ways for you to connect with us. If you do not currently follow this channel, you should probably do that. If you do not currently subscribe to our YouTube channel, you should do that. Both of those things are free and good ways of staying in contact. That is it for me. I think we should probably go raid somebody. Guess who is up and running? Meg is up and running. Meg is playing Cuphead, which, by the way, she did not want to do. So I think we should head over there and make fun of her for playing Cuphead. But I think she's going to be on for a bit. She may have just switched over to a video, but we'll raid over anyway. So let me type the thing in.
I just want to say thank you to Misha for running the session.
Yeah, thanks, Mish.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Yes, this was a lot of fun. It's great slamming into a person being a little bit badass.
And just so we're clear, Ash is going to spill all the tea.
Yeah.
Just so we're super clear.
Ash is gonna get deleted.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
It'll be fine.
But here comes the consequence.
Right. Awesome. Well, let's go over and give Meg lots of love and hang out with her while she completes Cuphead. And oh, by the way, she's playing Stream Raiders. So if you know Stream Raiders, you can put some units in. And if you don't know Stream Raiders, well, now you do. You can join up. It's a fun little game where you have little units and you place them in battles. And if you win, you get all kinds of fun loots. So hang out with us over there. Anything else anyone wants to announce before we head on over?
I think I'm good.
Awesome. We're good. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.